this great event. So get ready for some great football action as Therrell travels to Hebron Christian and Cass faces Callaway at Rome's historic Barron Stadium. Here at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com, we're committed and on a crusade to recruit and train the next generation of construction men and women. So for more information on how to start your career, go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. And now let's kick off the 2024 football season.
Live from PSN, this is the GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic, presented by IBEW Local 613.
Take on the Therrell Panthers here. We're excited for a great day of football. Two great teams. I'm along with Chris Millman. And we're going to talk a little bit about the teams right now. Therrell had one of their best seasons in their program history since 1979. They went 10-2. During that season last year, they were 9-2, had a really great show, made the first round of the playoffs. Hebron Christian went 6-5, made the first round before losing to a tough Cedar Grove team. But what are you most excited for today?
Well, I'll say a couple things. One, it's always great to have high school football back here, rocking here in this great state of Georgia. Opening weekend, we had a couple of good games here the last couple of nights. Excited to be able to see these guys take the field. I know both teams are really, really excited about kicking off. It's going to be interesting to see Hebron Christian and Coach Gess, who's done a great job with this program in his third year. What are they able to do building off of last year as they try to leapfrog Eagles Landing here in their region, which is obviously a tough task, but they're going to look to try to do that here today. Over on the other side of the field, Therrell, an Atlanta Public Schools school. Boy, this club put up some points last year. I'm interested to see if they can continue to build offensively what they did last year going into this season.
Yeah, they have a lot of playmakers. When you break it down, you look at Quinterian McClendon, he's really good. He's had an awesome season last year, over 700 all-purpose yards, and then their senior Ahmad Bridges, kind of their do-it-all kind of guy, versatile. He also had a superstar season last year, so he's going to be one to watch for Therrell. And then when you look at Hebron Christian, I feel like it's the trio. You look at Carrington Coons, who's a Georgia Tech commit. They have a play a little bit all over, but he'll be playing mostly edge tonight. And then also you look at Seesaw John, Virginia commit. He's also really good. Coach raves about his leadership and what he brings to his program. And last but not least, the guy that can shut down half of the field, Garrett Kemp's going to play a little bit of both sides tonight, DB and wide receiver. He's dynamic.
So we're going to go to the coin toss presented by Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. We'll see who's going to start the ball here first as we start this game here today. So, Najee, one thing I'm really interested in here today is when you talk about a 4:30 kickoff, conditioning is going to be a thing today.
It certainly is.
You know, what are these teams going to be able to do as far as you get into the second half? Let's go to the coaches' interviews here now.
Welcome to the pregame coaches interview presented by England and Stubb. I'm with the head coach for Therrell and also the head coach for Hebron Christian, Jonathan Gess, and also the head coach Broderick, Jamison. So, Coach, you guys both have built great programs. Guys are from smaller schools. I want you to tell a little bit about your story and how you built the program to where it is today.
Just for dedication and getting the guys in my community to buy in, bring their guys to the school. You know, we lose a lot of guys to other schools around the area, but just keeping my guys at home, you know, building that perimeter, keeping my guys at home, helped us build our program to where it's at today.
And then same question for you, Coach. How have you built this program to, one of the best ones in the state? I know it's not easy with a smaller school. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, same as Coach. You know, you get here and you get to work and you try to get the kids to buy in, that they believe that they can become something. That's a big thing. And they just go to work every single day. Like he said, kids can go anywhere these days, just keeping them here and keeping them as a family. And so, I know it's year 4 for him or 5, year 3 for me. So it's been great.
Certainly. And then, Coach, I want to ask you about your seniors, 19 seniors on this team this year. Let's talk a little bit about Sean John. You talked about him a lot in the pregame. What does he mean to you? What does he mean to this leadership of this group?
Yeah, I mean, he's just an example of a hard worker, but he's also a great leader. And that's why he's so important to us is he comes to work every single day, but he also wants to be a great person. And so that he exemplifies who we want our football team to be.
And then, Coach, for you, I know you got some studs, Ahmad Bridges, right, Quinterian McClendon. you got a lot of seniors. This is your senior graduating class. So how do you graduate, or how do you get these guys going this game one to make sure you start off the foot right?
Basically, just challenges. So take a deep breath, relax, and play the game. We have, I think we got a great game plan for this week, for today. And basically just, do the game plan and be ready to go.
Well, guys, all the time I got is head pregame coach's interview presented by England and Stuff. Thank you for tuning in. All right, we are back, guys. So super excited. Again, kickoff is just moments away. Two really great programs. And like I said, we kick off day 3 of the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic.
Well, one thing, to just, again, for the viewers at home, when you talk about these early season games, especially in high school football, everyone always talks about the offense, everybody always talks about the defense, but special teams,
yes, early in the season in particular, usually those first, 3 to 4 weeks, take on such a more critical role. At times in high school football, special teams can be a little bit of an adventure, but in particular early on here in the season, you really just don't know what to get. So a lot of times it's that which team's special teams unit's not going to make any mistakes, give up any big plays or whatnot. A lot of times that can be the determining outcome of these football games. So we're going to pay close attention to that today. No, we have to. I mean, you go back real quick. Just last night, we seen a kickoff return for a touchdown by Hudson Hill. That really changed the kind of, skill of that game. So you're 100% right.
And I think you'll see that, as we see more games at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium tomorrow, going into next week where a lot of teams are kicking it off. It'll be really interesting to see how it goes.
Certainly. Well, that's all the time we got now. We're going to toss it to break and be back for the kickoff.
KJ, watch 4! Watch 4! Watch 4!
Yeah, it looks like the offense got back onto the ball. But Najee, this is another thing. Earlier we talked about the special teams being such a critical part of this game. A lot of these early season games too, you see a lot of penalties.
Yes.
You see a lot of, mishandled snaps like we saw there on the very first play of the game. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of big difference between practice and scrimmages until you get to the regular season.
And real live game action.
And now here we are, real live game action, completely different experience for not only the coaches but the players.
Yes. So we'll see how they kind of rebound from that. But Therrell is going to maintain possession. 2nd and 17 at the 13 for Therrell.
Now, Bo Morning, the quarterback here for Therrell, is a senior, so you hope to see some of his experience come through here.
And now we're going to have a handoff here. A nice run. That is Cedric Jordan. Going to be playing both sides of the ball today.
Run by number 11, Jordan. Tackle with made by number 0,
good run right there to gain some yards back, make it third and manageable for Therrell.
Yeah, and I like that play call action. Even on second and long, now that's gotten you into a manageable down and distance here on third down.
Yeah.
The playbook is wide open to you here.
Yes, it is.
So two-back set here.
Yo! Oh, just the one. He gonna stay.
Like another handoff to Jordan. Makes a move inside, makes the defender miss. And it's close to that first down marker. Looks like he got it.
That's really a great run by Cedric Jordan there. That's one of the things that, you know, this week leading up to this game, as you're studying both of these opponents, you know, one of the things that really jumped out to me about Therrell from last year, they have a lot of quickness. Okay,
Yes.
a lot of athleticism here on this especially on this offensive unit. I mean, this is an offense last year that averaged close to 30 points a game. Okay, so they are a team that definitely has had no problem scoring points last year.
Yeah, another bobble snap there. Like the play is called dead. And going backwards again for Therrell.
And again, just remember, for those of you at home, in high school football, that knee touches the ground, the ball's dead. Play is dead. And that's unfortunately what the case there. A quarterback mishandled it. Second time here in this first drive. Lost 4 yards, second and 14.
Yes, and to your point earlier, just a couple guys to watch for on the offensive line. Rodney Brown, underrated player. He's wearing number 50. Coach raved about him in this game as well. So on the offensive line, that's going to be one to watch.
Well, he really raved about him. And the thing about Rodney is interesting is he's only played football for 2 years.
Yes.
I mean, this guy's already coming into his own.
It looks like they're going to get the 5 yards back after Carrington Coombs jumps the snap. Encroachment should be the flag on the play. Should make it 2nd and 9.
Well, again, going back to our point earlier about, you know, having the excitement of the first game, typically a lot of penalties in these first games. And, you know, yesterday, we saw that in a couple of the games yesterday, where a lot of pre-snap penalties by the 4 teams that played in the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic yesterday.
And it hurts you because you don't want to have these 2nd and 14, 2nd and longs. It just makes it harder. The playbook is not as wide.
Correct. I mean, these are the types of penalties that will definitely keep coaches up at night, and I think Coach Gess understands that, hey, this might be something going into next week.
Morning finds McClendon, and looks like he's not going to get a lot of yards on the play on the stop. That is KJ Thomas, who's an underrated player, committed to Elon. Coach Gess talked about him a lot as being another great corner for the program.
Yeah, and he serves as kind of their nickel back, okay? So he's a guy who's typically playing on one of the slot receivers on the inside, but got some real speed to him. And so when we were talking to Coach Gess this week, that was one of the guys that he really highlighted that he's expecting a lot from this upcoming year.
Yes, sir. So it's going to set up a 3rd and long for the Panthers.
Well, we're going to probably see Bo Morning's arm here a little bit on this 3rd and long.
So we're going to have a timeout.
Did they get the timeout or did they call the delay? They got the timeout in.
Timeout Panthers.
Okay, well, again, you know, I have no problem with that timeout. You know, you got a 3rd down and long. Clearly the play clock was run out of them. There's a little bit of confusion. You know, you've been able to control the possession a little bit. You've had a couple of positive plays. Let's reset, take a timeout. Let's regroup a little bit over on the sideline and see what we can come up with here on 3rd and 12.
Do you think they go to Bo Morning's arm here, or do you think they might go back on the ground with Cedric Jordan?
No, listen, Cedric is a great back, and clearly he's a guy they want to get out in space or whatnot. And there would probably be a little room here on a 3rd and 12. But I think this is an opportunity to really give Bo an opportunity to throw his arm, you know, get his arm out there and throw something downfield.
Certainly. We're going to toss it to break and be back in just a bit.
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
The Mechanical Trades Institute is an opportunity towards personal financial freedom through hands-on and rewarding work. Our school is completely free and gives apprentices the knowledge and skills required to gain access to a lifelong career path. Apprentices learn pipe fitting, plumbing, mechanical service, and welding. They earn money as they learn and graduate with no student debt. Start a career with the Mechanical Trades Institute and change your financial future.
The Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today. And presented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Electrify your career.
Big time down right here. First possession of the game for the Therrell Panthers. See if Hebron Christian can get a stop here. Sashawn John is going to be one to watch right here.
Well, I think one of the things to watch for here on this play, especially if you're Therrell, be careful with the football here. Don't try to force anything in here. This is the first quarter early in this game. Just be smart with the football. That looked like a pre-snap.
Yes, it was.
Now, was he drawn or what? They called it on the offense.
Well, it looked like we had a blitz coming there, and that was Stroud Morris kind of baiting the right tackle right there. He was able to draw the 5 yards, so it's going to set up a third and more long for the Panthers. So 3rd and 17 coming up. And I think to your point, as you said, 3rd and 17, first possession, take the easy, throw.
Yeah. Now, going back to what you said earlier, now at 3rd and 17, I really might consider giving this to Cedric Jordan, the running back, number 11 here. Just be smart with the football. Oh,
here we go. Here's Morgan. He's back to snap, but the blitz is coming, and he's sacked. That is Nick Wade on the play, coming up big for the Lions.
Well, you called it right before they went to the penalty there that they had a blitz package lined up, and they did not call the dogs off. They still went exactly right after him there on that one. Caused some confusion. That's going to force a punt here on 4th and what looks like a country mile.
Yeah, a perfectly timed blitz right there, obviously from Coach Gess and crew. Making the quarterback feel comfortable and speeding him up. We see it so much on the next level, college and NFL. Those 3rd down blitzes coming home and getting to the quarterback.
Well, one of the things that Coach Gess at Hebron Christian said this week, he feels like he's got an elite defense. And you don't hear coaches in particular talk about like that are that excited about their defense before they played a game. You could hear the confidence in his voice this week.
Yeah, he has a lot of confidence in this group. I mean,
4th down.
Looks like we got another flag.
Yes, going to draw him back more. But to your point, 19 seniors on this roster, led by Carrington Coombs, number 3, and Sashawn John, 51, who he loves. Talks about him as a consummate leader for this group. And just a really great defense, as you said. Garrett Kemp's out there. Have some great players all over the field on pretty much every level. That punt was from Morning, and it's not going to go too far. It's going to set up good territory for Hebron. And they're going to set up shop, looks like, at 27-yard line.
Yeah. So, again, special teams. We will probably talk about special teams the rest of the afternoon and in the second game this evening up in Rome.
Yep.
You're going to continually see special teams being at the forefront of what's going to dictate wins and losses here, especially opening weekend.
100%. And then this is going to be 1st and 10. Quarterback for the Lions is Thomas Stallworth. So they're excited about this kid. They want to see what he can do this year. Last year battled a lot of injuries, according to Coach Gess. So they're giving him the keys to the car now.
Well, it's going to be exciting to watch him. And you'll see him on tape here. A good run here.
Nice run from Coleman as he spins and gets a nice first down.
Well, going back to Stallworth, the quarterback. Traditional pocket passer. Has the ability to move a little bit. You know, I like to sometimes look at, okay, who are some NFL-type comparables? He's got a little bit of an Anthony Richardson kind of size to him in terms of how he's built and whatnot.
Right here, good move on the inside and a nice run as Adrian Hollingshed on the play as he gets some nice yardage for the Lions.
Well, look at what they're doing. They're going with the little tempo here. They got Therrell a little bit on their heels here.
I think we're going to see a penalty as the player tries to come off the field.
Trying to do a substitution. Now, again, looks like this is a little bit of something that Therrell was not prepared for, was this little tempo such early in the game.
And we are waiting on the call to see if that was a timeout or a flag. Refs are discussing. We're going to have a timeout by Therrell.
They gave him the timeout.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, to your point, great job there from Hebron Christian, going with some up-tempo after that, creating some confusion for that Therrell defense.
Listen, a coach, Jonathan Gess team, is going to be very well coached. And you could see here early on in this game how well coached this club is. They came out with a plan here today on offense. They knew exactly what they were doing on these first few of these plays. Obviously had a lot of confidence, put Therrell on their heels. Now they got them backed up here, almost in a goal-to-go situation. I think we're at 2nd and 3, but we're inside the 10. So we'll see what they can do when we get back.
Yes, we'll
here
see
for break.
Yes, we'll see what they're able to do. We're going to toss to the break and be back in just a moment.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
If you live in rural America and want better high-speed internet at home, say hello to the new HughesNet.
Hi! Now I can video conference with confidence.
Yes! The new HughesNet is Jupiter-powered with unlimited data and faster speeds than ever before.
Now I can stream up anything I can dream up.
Now you can do it all. Connect, stream, and play. Call today to get free professional installation and exclusive offers. Call 1-800-736-7315.
The nation's hottest sport. See what the buzz is about on Peachtree Sports Network, where the Atlanta Dream look to eclipse the Connecticut Sun. Dream Sun, Sunday at 3 on Peachtree Sports Network.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
All right, and we are back 2nd and 3 for this Hebron Lions team. See what they can do here on this play, see if they can punch it in.
Yeah, just so everybody at home knows, we're probably at about the 8-yard line. They got about 3 yards so they can get the first down, so there is still a chance for them to get a first down here on this play.
And they're going to give it there to Coleman, and he's near the goal line.
No signal from the ref.
They're going to mark it just short.
Maybe down here about to the 1-foot line.
And once again, going with that up-tempo, looking to push it in. That was Hollingshed on the run. And they're going to give it to Hollingshed again. He's met in the hole by multiple Therrell defenders. And on the stop, that's going to be DeAndre Bell. We've seen a little bit of him on offense. A big hit right there to prevent the touchdown.
Oh, great job getting off the ball there by the Therrell defense. So that's now made it 2nd and goal from probably about now the 2.5 yard line.
Motion. High snap. And Therrell's going to recover it.
Now that is a backbreaker of a turnover by Hebron Christian. You can look at Coach Gess on the sideline. For the folks at home, we don't have a shot of him, but when that snap sailed over his quarterback's head, I mean, he just about fell over. So a great opening drive for Hebron Christian, but unfortunately unable to capitalize after having such positive momentum. And again, as we talked about earlier, turnovers. Going to be the key to this game.
And here's the replay right here. A nice job right there, recovering it from number 33. We don't have his name for the roster. But a great job by Therrell being there, getting the fumble recovery, and taking over possession, not allowing any points. That was the key part there.
No, they defensive stand there for Therrell. So, okay, Therrell, you got a little bit of shot in the arm here, a little bit of juice now. Let's see if you can take a little bit of this momentum and carry it forward here on offense.
So we're going to have a wildcat right here. Bell's going to hand it off. That is number 0. He's trying to get to the outside. Another big hit and a fumble. And looks like it's going to be recovered. Wow. By Max Steve. Back-to-back turnovers.
You don't see that every day.
No, you do not.
Well, look, one thing that is really showing up here early in this game is the speed and the athleticism of this Hebron Christian defense. I mean, and you'll see it on the replay here. When we go to the replay, just these guys swarm to the football.
How about the hit by Nick Wade? This was somebody that Coach Gess mentioned, 6 foot tall, 205 pounds, said he could run and hit, and we've seen the hit on that play. My goodness, what a big hit right there by Nick Wade to, get the ball back to the lines.
So here we are, almost back to where we just were a few minutes ago. They're inside the red zone here.
They're going to give it to Caldwell, and it's going to be a nice stop right there. That is Boston Carr of Therrell.
So we're going to see now, can Therrell's defense make another stand to help out the offense?
Yes. It's up 2nd and 10. Another high snap. Taken down. There's Devon Caldwell. Makes a miss in the hole, and he's going to walk in for the touchdown. A great play by Caldwell. And the Lions convert off the turnover and turn it into easy points.
Well, listen, Caldwell, this guy's no stranger to the end zone. Had 12 touchdowns last year. This guy knows how to find the end zone. And he gets his first one here to start off the season here in the first quarter of the first game of the year.
Starting off 2024 right. Last year, guys, he was a 1,000-yard rusher and was an all-region selection by Georgia High School Football Daily and makes Therrell Panthers pay for the turnover.
Well, listen, you basically survived the turnover. Your defense helped you out, gave you the ball back, and they were able to pick back up where they were there on that first opening drive where they just had the untimely turnover when the snap went over the head.
Here's Cam Elbin for the point after, and is good. It's going to be a 7-0 lead for the Lions. And to your point, the speed is very apparent for the Hebron Christian defense.
Oh, again, I think we're going to see that come more and more relevant as the game goes on here, because this is a team that thrives off of making big plays, and you could see it here after they created that turnover, the type of energy that they had there on the defensive side. They're really well coached.
Yes.
I mean, this defense here, extremely well coached, very disciplined, and you've seen that in any Jonathan Guest-related program that has been under his watch.
Certainly have. And just real quick to talk about the touchdown, as you mentioned, Caldwell having a great year, and he mentioned about his vision, his speed, and his ability to cut was another thing that Coach Gess talked about with him, and just how special he is whenever he's on that football field.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's not going to be the last time we're going to see him today, right? He's going to be somebody that I think we're going to be calling his number a few more times. Now, talking about Therrell here as we're getting ready for the kickoff, the folks at home have to understand, this was a 9-2 football team last year. Okay, this program in Atlanta Public School, okay, plays in a pretty difficult region there within the district, and they're gonna get it together. I don't think this game is far from over. They need to make a few adjustments, clearly defensively, but let's see what they can do here this drive to get a little positive momentum.
Certainly. So they're going to set up shop at the 20-yard line for the Therrell Panthers. And they had a little bit of things going in the first drive. They were able to get a couple first downs, obviously, before, having to punt the football. Kind of self-inflicted wounds, the false starts and things like that. But if they can hand the ball to DeAndre Bell and lean on kind of Bo Morning's arm a little bit, they can definitely get back in it.
Yeah. Now, and so far here in the first quarter, one of the things that has jumped that we've talked about, the defense of Hebron is crazy good. Okay. Where Therrell did have a little bit of success early on was running the football with Cedric Jordan. So, listen, if I'm Coach Jamison over at Therrell, let's slow this game down a little bit.
Yes.
Let's slow this down. Let's regroup a little bit. Let's run the football. Let's control the possession time a little bit. Let's give our defense a little bit of time to catch their breath. Okay, again, let me just remind everybody, this is a 4:30 p.m. kickoff here in the state of Georgia in the middle of August. Folks, it's hot. So let's slow the and we got to stop with these pre-snap penalties, though.
So we're going to get another one. It looked like it was another Wildcat formation. Bell back to snap.
Now, for those at home, let me point out somebody here. 75 offensive lineman. You can see him there. This guy is a freshman, okay? A freshman, not tremendously tall.
False start.
But boy, is he massive, okay? And he's got his hands full today because the nose tackle here at Hebron, 51, he's not exactly a small guy either now. That's John, the last name John.
John.
Yes, and this is a guy that, Coach Gess talked a lot about this week too. So talk about a matchup there on the inside of the interior line today.
Yes. Who's going to win the battle?
Holy smokes.
They're going to set up shop at 1st and 15. Going to have Bell back to snap. He throws it. Finds McClendon, a big hit. Oh, my goodness. That's KJ Thomas on the big hit. As soon as McClendon caught the ball. Wow.
Yeah, and he's a little slow to get up there. Now, no flags on the play. It looked like it was clean, so it looks like it's just a opportunity for Hebron Christian to show a little bit of their physicality again. And again, here in the first quarter, that's something that we've seen a lot of.
It's very apparent. I talked to Coach Jamison, and he said physicality. I know they're going to be a very physical team. I know they have some good guys that are high in the rankings. So he said physicality is going to be huge. Let's see how Therrell continues to handle that throughout the game, but that is a key part, and we're seeing it early on in this game.
Yeah, we definitely are. Now, and again, and I think we've talked about this a little bit. They got a couple of college commits here on this defense. Okay, for Hebron Christian, we got a guy who's committed to Georgia Tech. We've got a guy who's committed to Virginia. We've got somebody who's committed to Elon. I mean, this defense is stacked with some guys who are going to go on and play at the next level.
And that's not even include Garrett Kemp, who's the Duke commit, who plays both sides for them as well.
Who was, from what I understand, was offered to play defense at UGA, Ole Miss, LSU, but is going to Duke to play wide receiver.
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
Listen, the guy likes to catch the ball.
For sure. So this is 3rd and 14 for Therrell. It looks like they're going to lean on Bell now to kind of be the quarterback for them.
This is interesting. Okay, so we're gonna make a little change at QB.
And he's going to go deep, and he's looking. And it's broken up again by KJ Thomas. Pass there was intended for Jaden Williams.
Well, listen, for those of you at home can see, 13, Jaden Williams. He's a tall kid. Okay, so obviously what they're doing on that, trying to get him on a go route, trying to just more or less throw the ball up to him, let him make a play, see if they get lucky on a 3rd and long. They brought in a different quarterback, which we haven't seen yet. That was interesting. But now, unfortunately, it's 4th down for Therrell, so they're going to have to punt again back to Hebron.
Yes, so they set up a 4th and 14 as they punt again. And back to your point, as you said, Chris, like the pre-snap penalties, this team has to start, in front of the football. They can't go the first down and 15. They got to start 1st and 10 or 1st and shorter.
Well, we got another flag. The refs are sorting it out here. What do we got, Mr. Official? Here we go.
Delay of game. White.
Delay
4th
of
down.
game on the offense. Another pre-snap penalty. That's another 5 yards.
It's going to set up a 4th and 19. And for those that can't see, we have about 3:31 left in the first quarter.
4th and 19 from the 11. You got the punt off that time. Actually, it was a pretty good punt.
Return by Caldwell.
No, good coverage.
And good coverage.
Listen, if you're Therrell, you're happy with that. Okay, that was a pretty decent punt. Much better than the last punt situation they had earlier in the game. And listen, Hebron's got great field position now. They got plenty of opportunity here to do something with. But as far as Therrell's concerned, you got to be happy with your coverage unit there.
Certainly. That's Elijah Page on the stop, and he's going to come back out now on defense. It looks like we're going to have a timeout from Hebron. We're going to toss at the break and be back for the next possession for the Hebron Lions.
Basic combat training is a 10-week experience that will challenge you both physically and mentally. Each phase of your training will introduce you to new soldier skills, building and advancing them along the way. You and your fellow soldiers will work as a team to accomplish each mission, overcome each obstacle, and earn the right to wear the black beret of an Army National Guard soldier.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting six figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back, we're gonna do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
Are you interested in becoming a deputy or a jailer? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is hiring and looking for individuals passionate about protecting and serving their community. If you are 18 years or older, join our team by visiting gogcso.com for more information. Gwinnett County, together, we can make a difference.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JETC equips apprentices with the knowledge and skills required to start a rewarding career in the sheet metal industry with programs in HVAC, industrial welding, and testing, adjusting, and balancing. Training is 100% free and allows apprentices to earn as they learn. Journeymen graduate with no student debt and have the potential to earn more than most college graduates. Visit our website to learn more about this opportunity at careersinsheetmetal.com.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Northside Hospital, your source of strength. The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Serve and protect through dedication, professionalism, and active cooperation with the community. Smart Local 85. Sheet metal is a smart move. Gatorade. Fuel tomorrow. And by Score Atlanta, your source for Georgia high school sports.
Welcome back to Hebron Christian Academy. Here live in Dacula. We're here for the next possession for Hebron.
Well, we're going to see an opportunity here for Stallworth, quarterback here for Hebron. Can he continue moving this offense down the field here?
And they're going to get a handoff there. That's to Hollingshed as he gets a nice carry on the play. He's got about 6 yards. Going to set up a second and short.
And we haven't really talked a little bit today about the offensive line of Hebron Christian. They have a couple of big bodies here. A couple of really good-looking kids. And you can see him here on the screen right now. 72, the left tackle. Okay, Adam Cannon. Really a guy that, I've watched a little bit of here as we were preparing for this game. Really good feet for a kid his size.
Certainly. 2nd and 7. He's back to snap, and he finds number 2. He breaks the tackle. That's KJ Thomas. He's playing both ways for them. Good job breaking the tackle. That is Boston Carr on the stop. But yes, to your point, offensive line is really good. That 72 is their senior, and they got 2 guys on the right guard and the right tackle that are 6'3" and above.
So
hand off to Hollingshed.
They're going with this tempo again. So again, no huddle. Trying to use their conditioning. What they feel going into this game, they were in pretty good shape coming off their summer workouts and all the training they've done this offseason. They're really trying to wear down Therrell here early on and keep these guys on their heels.
Yes, and here's Stollingsworth back to snap. He's going to hand it to Caldwell. He's trying to make a defender miss. Multiple defenders there on the stop for Therrell as they limit the gain.
Which is going to set up a third down. It looks like it's going to be about a third and one and a half, and they're at the 11-yard line.
And Stallworth is getting the call from the coach as he gets it handed back to Caldwell. He bounces to the outside, dives. And he's in for the touchdown. What a great effort there from Devon Caldwell as he scores his second rushing touchdown of the day. Wow.
Well done. Well, you know, this was an offense last year that relied heavily on their run game, okay? And this was a group that clearly showed that was something they wanted to establish early on in this game. They got a couple of good backs that they can utilize. And clearly on these last two possessions, they've leaned heavy on that run game. And both these guys there at the running back unit have the ability to make people miss, and there we go into the end zone. So early in this game here, we already got a 13-0 game. Looks like we got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
For celebration.
Celebration penalty. I didn't see the celebration.
Unsportsmanlike
if it was
conduct.
penalty worthy.
Black.
Yeah, how about that play again? I mean,
yeah, it's
great
going to be on the
vision
kickoff.
from him. He makes
Wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle. All right, Larry. All right, Lateef, Larry.
He makes the defender miss, jump cuts to the outside, and then dives. It didn't look like there was much there. That's why I kind of, started waiting a little bit to see if he was able to get it, and just was outstretched arm is able to get the touchdown.
Yeah, great play. So now the extra point goes through the uprights. Now you feel like Therrell, okay, I know it's early in this game. We got a lot of football left, but you really feel like you need to move the ball a little bit here on this drive to give your team and your offense a little bit of momentum, a little bit of positivity. And I feel like, I mean, they have the playmakers to be able to do that. I mean, clearly they're going up, again, against a pretty top-notch defense here, but you got to see if they can get the ball moving here down the field here on this drive, so this game doesn't get away from them.
And we got to talk about some of the game notes that's going on right now. 4 penalties right now for 20 yards already, all pre-snap for the Therrell Panthers. 11 plays for -8 yards. Also, that's just.
So look, here's the deal. If you're Coach Jamison on the other side here for Therrell, you gotta get those penalties cleaned up. You got no chance of winning against a program like this if you keep shooting yourself in the foot. You just can't. You're just not going to be able to do it. So settle your kids down. Okay, let's go back to the game plan of what we came in here to do. Obviously, and we felt he shared some of it with us. They had a pretty good plan coming into this, and they just haven't really been able to get into it because they're playing behind the chain so much. Okay, so let's settle down. Let's get back to running the ball. Okay, you had a little bit of success with that early. Let's see if you can get back to that and get the momentum back going for your way.
Yes. I think you got to lean on the offensive line and start back running the ball.
Well, we got to making a couple of adjustments here on the kickoff coverage here.
All right, here is Cam Eblin back to kick. And back to receiver is going to be Victoria McClendon. Unless he got a bit of room on that left side, he's able to get some positive yardage, some good territory for Therrell, the best all game long. He set up shop, looks like at about 31-yard line.
Okay, well, hey, that's the best it seems like it's been all day for him. So now they just got to go left to right now, okay, and not go right to left, because that's where they unfortunately been going the few possessions that they've had the football so far. So interested to see here if they take a little bit of our advice and get back to the running game.
Yes, I think getting to the run game and I think quick plays offensively. You're seeing on the other side, Hebron Christian is going with the up-tempo. They're not waiting for Therrell. They're making them feel uncomfortable. So I think if you're Therrell, get back to that. Get back to running the football.
Yeah, and look, we mentioned him earlier. You got a top prospect along your offensive line at left tackle here for Therrell. Oh, my goodness. There's another pre-snap penalty. So false start on the offense.
So I was going to set up another penalty there for Therrell.
False start.
These are just
White.
concentration penalties.
First down.
Okay.
And they're drive killers as well.
Oh, it's you know, you haven't even snapped the ball one time yet, and you're already at 1st and 15. I mean, you can't win in football if you're constantly doing these types of things.
So we have a little bit of emotion. A high snap again. And Bell's back to snap. He's able to recover, and he's going deep. Oh, and a near interception there from Garrett Kemp as he collided with his teammate, Max Steve. That looked like a shorthand interception right there.
That almost went from bad to worse, right? I mean, right now, you know, you don't have to be an expert to see is that we got a team that is suffering from some major jitters. Some really, I don't know if it's, you know, they don't feel like they were prepared for the game. I don't know if they feel like that they're overwhelmed by the heat. Coming to this environment here, the Corky Kell Classic, first time in school history. Like, there's a lot to take in here. And right now, and during this first quarter, we've seen nothing but jitters and untimely penalties by Therrell.
Here we go. Here's Bell back to snap. A little bit of a rush there. He's able to get some positive yardage on the play, set up a 3rd and long. And to your point, I 100% agree. I think jitters is very apparent here. We look at the team. He said they want to build off the season last year. You know, they've never been on TV, as you said, as far as just the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. And they don't get a lot of opportunities like this. So Coach said, hey, we want to see this opportunity, and we want to take advantage of it. But I think jitters is definitely playing a factor.
Well, one of the things, let me point out to the folks at home who may not have picked up on this. So right now we're going to a little bit of a 2-quarterback system here at Therrell. Okay, we've been doing a little bit of rotation between both quarterbacks, and the quarterback they have in there now is DeAndre Bell, who is a sophomore. Okay, so clearly he's got some athleticism. We saw his arm earlier.
Here's Bell. He makes Coombs miss. He's going deep, and he finds a man, and that's McClendon.
Gosh.
And it's going to be a first down. Great improvisation right there from Bell.
Well, and you can see why they may have gone to him here at the quarterback, needing a little bit of a spark. You know, they've gone away from using the original starter in this game and going to this guy, even though he's a sophomore. Clearly, Coach Jamison really likes his athleticism, so they're going to put the ball in his hands and let him try to make some plays, and that's what he did there on that down.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Hebron leads 14-0. After a great first quarter, defense is doing their thing, but we're going to toss the break and be back in just a moment.
You ever seen this? You ever seen that? You ever seen the Harlem Globetrotters live on TV? Well, now's your chance. For the first time in 40 years, the Harlem Globetrotters are showing off their skills right in your living room. Don't miss a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and don't miss whatever they call that move. The Harlem Globetrotters, live Sunday at 7, only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV. Yeah, baby.
Set the record. The biggest WNBA game in Atlanta history. The Atlanta Dream look to even the score against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Get your tickets to the biggest Dream game of the year and see why the WNBA is taking the nation by storm. Don't be left out when State Farm sells out. Monday, August 26th. Grab the hottest ticket in town now at dream.wnba.com.
Oh my gosh.
World Chase Tag is the Pro League tournament for the planet's most intense new game, which takes the art of being hunted down to a whole new level. It is relentless and fiercely intense, with a chaser having just 20 seconds to get a hand on an invader.
He's done it! He has done it!
And there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Tuesdays at 7 on Peachtree Sports Network.
Right, welcome back to Hebron Christian Academy here live at Dacula. A great into the quarter there for the Therrell Panthers as Bell found McClendon there for the 3rd down play, and they extend the drive.
Well, that was the first big play of the game that we've had so far for Therrell. So you hope here that gave them a little bit of a shot in the arm. They got a little bit of extra juice now. Can they build upon that? That'll be the question. And more importantly, can they stop here as we go into the second quarter now with as many pre-snap penalties that they had? I think we're up to 5 now pre-snap penalties in the first quarter. We are on pace for 20 penalties in this game for your season opener. Not a good pace to be on.
Definitely not. Well, maybe now they got some of those jitters out. It's 1st and 10. Handoff there. And that's to Jordan as he gets a nice carry.
Nice, Cedric. Now listen, I like this Jordan. I like this Jordan. I mean, you can see. I mean, he's got some good vision. That's one of the things that we've noticed here with him is his vision that he has on the field. Unfortunately, it looks like he might have got a little banged up on the play. Has gone down.
Yes, he's walking very gingerly.
Now listen, can Therrell match Hebron's physicality? Okay, on the offensive line, and you know Therrell has some of those players to be able to do this. Okay, again, I want to just reiterate, this is a program that is no stranger to scoring points. Okay, they last year were a team that had no problem going up and down the field.
No, I certainly agree, but we're going to toss it to break. Be back after the timeout. A drive right now that Therrell is looking pretty good.
Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me. Can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands and proper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
What happens after you graduate? Will you go to the next level? Will people have your back in the heat of the battle? Will you still train like a champion in pursuit of greatness? You will when you become an IBEW electrician. Join our team. Visit IBEW613.org.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision, our team brings it to life.
So when I got in the program, I was 18. At the time, I think the most appealing thing was, you know, I could start out going to school and making money while I'm going to school. Not coming out in 4 or 5 years, you know, $30,000, $40,000 in debt. That was the biggest attraction to this. I got in 3 days after graduation and hadn't looked back.
Break live from Hebron Christian Academy in Dacula, part of the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic. So Dell is driving. Looks like Cedric Jordan was able to walk off on the play.
Yeah, happy to see that. He's somebody that us and I know the folks at home want to watch, see the rest of this game. I mean, he's been a fun to watch already here today.
Yes, he has.
So they're just waiting. Here we go. We're back to action here.
Here we go. 2nd and 2. Got a handoff. Nice move on the inside to get the first down. That is Antoine Young, another young guy, sophomore.
Oh, that's going to move the sticks for a first down. So one of the things, obviously they had the one pass play, which got them the first down here a little while ago. But for the most part here on this drive, we're running the football. And that's something that we talked about there in that first quarter, that we needed Coach Jamison at Therrell to really slow this game down a little bit. First off, allow his defense to catch their breath. But number two here, really, really try to see if your offense can start getting a little bit of momentum to start putting Hebron a little bit more on their heels.
Exactly. And then we haven't mentioned so far is Ahmad Bridges. He's in the backfield right now. See if he gets the ball here on this drive. Nice tackle right there as two Lions collide for the stop. Big time hit.
He took a good look. He took a good little hit on that play. He's a little slow to get up here.
That was Albert Wilhelm on the stop.
Yeah,
for the Lions.
And look, he's shown that he's got the ability to move. He's obviously very athletic. But you got to be careful here, okay, playing against a defense like this. I mean, these guys are physical. And when you get your quarterback moving out in space like that, as a coach, you're always holding your breath a little bit. You don't want to lose him in particular. Don't want to lose him early in this game here and still in the first half.
It says 2nd and 14. He moves up to the right, makes the defender miss, and is nearly stripped away. That's Carrington Coombs with the strip fumble. You see the athleticism.
Yeah, and so, okay, let me remind everybody, Carrington Coombs, okay, this guy, you want to talk about a prospect. This guy is a big-time prospect for Hebron. 3-star, Georgia Tech, for all you Yellow Jacket fans at home. You're going to see this guy on the flats there in Atlanta here real soon. And you can see his presence being felt here a few times here today, but on the forced fumble right there.
Good job by Therrell being able to recover it. It's going to be set up a 3rd and long. So we'll see what they have in the playbook for this play.
This is something they've had a hard time avoiding today with all the penalties. Are these 3rd and longs.
There's Bell. He didn't waste any time over the middle of the field. Looks like a miscommunication there, and the ball falls incomplete.
Well, the quarterback was really decisive on where he was throwing that football. Unfortunately, there was not a receiver anywhere in the vicinity. So there was definitely a little bit of a miscommunication there. Whether the receiver ran the wrong route, or either that the quarterback made the wrong read.
And it's going to set up another 4th down and long, and the punting unit is coming on for Therrell.
Which, they had such a nice little drive there. They couldn't get it on the other side of the 50 there and really get anything going. And so unfortunately, it's going to set up another punt. Which their last punt was pretty solid. First punt, not so much.
And it looks like we have another bad snap, and they're going to set up shop with more good field position.
Now, I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before. That was a dropped ball. The ball hit the ground. The punter kicked the ball off the ground. And where are they going to mark the ball? That's what I'm interested in here. Which it looks like they're marking it where the ball was down. But I really would need to go deep into the rule book on that one to kind of figure out if that's called correctly.
Definitely one you haven't seen
I
today.
have not seen that before.
That is a first.
But that set up, what was the total yardage on that for the punt? Maybe 2 yards, maybe 3-yard punt. So I think we have a 3-yard punt and about a 5-yard punt today here in the first half. So
here's Stallworth as he finds his receiver.
Stallworth. Man, what a good looking throw that was by Stallworth.
It's another good guy right here, Jarvis Marthrin.
Yeah, okay, again, going tempo. Okay, this is something that Therrell's had a hard time with here today.
Here we go. They're going to hand it off there to Hollingshed as he makes the defender miss. And he's stopped on the play by Xavier Page. Another first down run.
Just look at the confidence. So they get the play from the sideline.
And a thing to note, guys, for those that are watching at home, that's just the second pass for Hebron Christian.
Yeah, they've running the football was their bread and butter last year. Clearly, that's what this program likes to do. But I'll tell you what, Stallworth on the couple passes he's had, he's looked sharp.
Yes, he has. It looks like we're going to have a penalty.
That was a pre-snap. Looked like a false start. Yep. Which again, there's going to be some of that today. You don't want it to get away from you.
Hello.
So that'll set up a 1st and 15. from the Therrell 35.
Check.
So we might see Stallworth air it out a little bit more here now that they're behind the chain so much.
Here's Stallworth. He gets it out quick. Nice move right there.
Wide receiver screen.
You hear that?
That's Markman on the catch.
Well, you can tell, Stallworth seems to be very well coached. He's very decisive. Every time he's gone back to pass, he's been very decisive.
Poised.
He's very poised. I mean, he is that traditional pocket passer, okay? He's not somebody that's really going to go out and use his legs too much. He has the ability to do it if he needs to. But he's going to stand in there, and, boy, he zips the ball right out of his hand.
Yeah, so like we had a flag on the play, but it looked like it was getting picked up.
Yeah, it looks like it was picked up. So that'll set up about a 2nd and 3 from about the 23-yard line.
There's Stallworth.
22-yard line.
And the ball is batted down. And that's going to be Mikey Woodridge on the deflection as they try to get it out quick.
So one thing, if I'm Coach Jamison over here on the other sideline for Therrell, it looks like when Hebron is looking to throw the ball, most of their passes seems to be kind of in the short passing game. Okay? It's been kind of quick read throws, getting the ball out of Stallworth's hands. So let's consider making a few adjustments.
Harry Stallworth is going to hand it to Caldwell.
Oh, yeah, go!
Again, and he breaks the tackle. Another great run right there from Caldwell. It sets a first down in the red zone.
Well, again, I mean, I'm continuing to be impressed by this running game. Clearly, the running backs, are a force, but this offensive line has done a really good job here early today.
Yes, they have. And there they tried to go up tempo, but Therrell was ready for it. On the stop was number 33.
So they're going to bring in a different personnel group, and they're going to still kind of go in this kind of quick hurry up. But it's going to set up a 2nd and 12 here. Wouldn't be too surprised, just based on how they've called this game so far, if they stick with kind of the short passing game here on a 2nd and 12 to try to set up a little bit more of a manageable 3rd down.
Here's Stallworth back to snap, looking for the first read. Pressure's coming. He gets out to the right, and he's going to run it, and he's going to score a touchdown. But we do have a flag on the play.
Check the flag. The flag was in the area of potentially a holding. But let's see what the gentleman in the white hat has to say.
Going to have a holding on the offense, so it's going to bring it back. And just real quick on that play, it did not count, but we did get to see a little bit of the athleticism there from Stallworth.
Holding.
And that's really
Black.
The first big time today that we've seen that.
Replay,
again,
first down.
I mentioned a little while ago, he has the ability to do that. He doesn't seem to like to do that often, which if I'm Coach Gess, I'm okay with. But clearly he has the ability in his hip pocket to be able to do that. And you can see he's got some speed to be able to take it to the distance.
Yes, he does. So it's up 1st and long. Here's Stallworth looking to the outside. He finds Kim. A nice catch right there. Big hit from David Jackson. A great job by Kim hanging on to the football.
Okay, let's remind everybody, Kim, this is your wide receiver that just caught this pass that's going to Duke. Okay, clearly you saw some of the reasons why Duke liked him at the receiver position, because he's got clear athleticism. He has the ability to go up and get the ball, which you saw there on that big 2nd down pass.
Here's Stallworth. He's going to roll to the right, look for his defender a little too high, and that was intended for Destin Matthews.
Yeah, just a little looked like the timing was off a little bit there, which is going to set up a 4th down. Interesting decision here. You're up 14-0.
Do you take the points, or do you try to?
Yeah, I think you take the points. I mean, right now, you're feeling pretty good about what you've done offensively. Clearly, you like what your defense has done. I think at this point in the game, I got no problem. I have a kicker that I have confidence in. Let me go ahead and just take the points and try to take a 17-0 lead.
And that's going to be Kim Evelyn for the kick. 4th and 5. Looks like we have a couple
Dead
whistles
ball.
blown.
Looked like it was offside. And from my vantage point, it looked like it was on the defense. And if that's the case, it's going to be a first down.
Man.
And Hebron's going to get a new set of downs here.
Just shooting yourself in the foot.
No, we haven't had the official call yet. Well, now, yes, it is going to be on the defense, which, my, oh, my.
So defense did a good job getting the stop there, but as you mentioned with the special teams, get an offsides. So it's up a 1st and 10 now for Hebron.
Offside. White.
And that just kills you. Yeah, that just kills you. So now that will set up a first down and goal to go situation from maybe the 2 now, 3-yard line. So again, just an unfortunate amount of unforced errors for Therrell today. Okay. When you go right now, the folks at home, we have 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in this first half. Coach Jamison over at Therrell, I think we all know what the halftime speech is going to be. We have got to clean up these penalties.
Yes.
If we have any chance whatsoever of getting back into this game, the only chance that we're going to have is that we got to stop beating ourselves.
Offside.
And that's all what we're
White.
doing.
First down.
They set up a 1st and goal here for Hebron.
Now what do we got? The officials are trying to get the ball spotted, I believe, at the correct yard line. They're having a little bit of discussion. But we got a hot day. No rain. It's great to be out here.
It's a great day for football.
It is a great day for football. And so for those of you that are high school football fanatics here in the state of Georgia, we got a doubleheader today.
Yes, we do.
Second game.
Cass Calloway.
Up in Rome.
Get to see Brody McWhorter. He's a top quarterback committed to West Virginia.
I mean, so there's an opportunity to sit back and relax today.
Just get your popcorn ready. Yeah. Get your nice drink, good beverage.
Just
kick your feet up.
Exactly. And just enjoy football being back on your television. I know I sure am.
It's nothing like football season.
No, there's not. There really isn't.
Offside. White. Half the distance of the goal. Ball will be on the 4.5-yard line. 4th down.
Okay. Did you catch the explanation?
Apparently, looked like it wasn't enough for a first down. As you know, it's a 5-yard penalty, so it's going to be a 4th and short.
Okay, so 4th and short, and they have the offense out, so they decided we're not kicking it. We're going to go for it on 4th and short. We have confidence in our offensive line.
Here's Stallworth, and it looks like Bell is there. And as they try to get up on a second effort, and he keeps going.
Wow. Now,
where's the mark going to be?
Now, from the far official, he is short of the line to gain. If that's the ball spotted there, it's going to be short by about a foot.
Wow.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
that is big time.
Is a monster play.
Wow.
For Therrell. Okay. So it is ruled short. Therrell's going to get the ball. Unbelievable.
That's a
stop there for Therrell.
That's a gotta have it play, and Bell comes up big. That's the quarterback for Therrell, middle linebacker. Coach Jamison talked about him as a player to watch in this one, and we've seen it right there. Him standing up Stallworth on that play.
So, again, we'll save this for some of the Monday morning quarterbacks at home. You originally had your kicking unit out there. You had the pre-snap penalty there by the defense, so you decided, okay, now instead of being 4th and 6, it's 4th and 1. We're going to bring our offense back out there because we like our offensive line, and we get stopped. So now, instead of being a 17-point game, now it's still a 14-point game, and Therrell has the ball.
And Bridges is going to take the snap there. He's trying to make a defender miss, but multiple lines defenders are going to collide with him as he set up 2nd down.
Now, if you're Therrell here, be smart with the football. You are deep into your own end zone here, or into your own zone here. Be smart.
And I think, as you said, be smart and just see if you can get a first down. If you get a first down, start trying to go to your regular game plan. But like you said, be smart here.
Well, it's second down and about 7, second and 8. And
here's Bell back to snap. He's throwing it, and just a little too much was in the direction of McClendon.
And that looks like that looks similar to the play that they ran on the last series, where they're looking for him on a little bit of a post route. Okay, 2 defenders in the area, and you see a little bit of his inexperience there, a quarterback. Again, let me just remind everybody, this is a sophomore quarterback who actually did not start this game as the quarterback. I mean, right now, he's in kind of that one read zone where he's taking his first read, he's getting locked in, he's throwing it.
And to your point,
hoping for the best, really.
Exactly. And to your point, it's going to come with time. Like we've seen it last night, right? Ben Muser was making plays for Prince Avenue Christian. First ever start on varsity on live TV. It takes time to get things down. Made mistakes, but he also made big plays. We're seeing that from Bell. So it's going to take time and experience for him, but definitely locking in on that one read. Just got to calm it down a little bit. But here's 3rd and 9. It's back to snap. He's going to use athleticism and a nice tackle right there. That's going to be J.J. Hollingshed on the play to set up a 4th and long for the Panthers.
Yeah, I just, what I've noticed early in this game, I think Hebron's athleticism on defense is just too much for Therrell on definitely plays like that.
They're just too good, as you said. Carrington Coombs, Sashawn John on that play. That was Hollingshed on the stop. Like you said, the athleticism.
You know, they got a couple of linebackers that are real studs. You know, number 1 and number 33. Those are guys that, you know, we've seen not only today, but during some of the scrimmaging and some of the summer workouts and whatnot. You know, these are a couple of guys there at the linebacker position that they have high hopes for this season.
Yes, they do. And if you're Therrell here.
Oh, no. Another delay of game. Another pre-snap penalty.
I was just about to say, if you're Therrell here, don't get a pre-snap penalty.
Delay of game.
Try to get the snap off. Get a good punt.
4th down.
So we have, this is, I believe, and I don't have the stats in front of me. I believe this is the 4th punt that they've had here in the first half. And I believe that includes a punt of about 2 yards and a punt of about 4 yards. So we talked earlier in the open about how important special teams was going to be today.
Yes.
It continues to show up how important the teams unit continues to be here in high school football early in the season.
Yes, and that wasn't the best punt, but back to receive it. And a great play by Jarvis Mathurin as he sets him up back in the red zone for the Lions as they look to add more points on the board. All right, so we're going to go ahead and toss the break and be back for the next possession for the Hebron Christian Lions.
Flag on the play.
The nation's hottest sport. See what the buzz is about on Peachtree Sports Network, where the Atlanta Dream look to eclipse the Connecticut Sun. Dream Sun, Sunday at 3 on Peachtree Sports Network.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
This is a Peachtree Sports Network weather update, powered by Atlanta News First. Sponsored by Cool Ray.
And happy Friday to you, everybody. I'm meteorologist Rodney Harris. Hot, but mostly sunny throughout the afternoon. The clouds will gradually start to increase this evening. Not only hot in Atlanta, 92 degrees, Macon, you're at 93 degrees, Columbus 95, and then Savannah 89 degrees, a little bit cooler along the water. So it is mostly dry throughout the afternoon, maybe a stray shower or 2. The storms, though, are moving in tonight. As you go into tonight, around 9 p.m., storms moving into far north Georgia. They will eventually make their way into metro Atlanta by around midnight tonight. And most of the storms for metro Atlanta will be during the overnight hours. But then, as you can see, more showers and storms will redevelop in north and central Georgia because of a front that will be in the area. So Saturday is a day where you'll likely get wet at some point. Not a washout, but you'll certainly get wet. That'll extend into Sunday before drier weather moves in by Monday.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's. If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers. To learn more, please go to parkinson.org or call 1-800-4PD-INFO.
Bring the vision. We'll bring it to life.
All right, welcome back. So we are here after the timeout break. Hebron looking for their next possession. So a key note, only 7 yards offensively for Therrell.
You're not going to win a lot of football games only having 7 yards of total offense in the first half. You're just not going to. You know, Hebron is one of the more premier programs, especially from the private school level. If you think that you're going to win a game with only 7 yards of total offense, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's just not. So, once again, Therrell's going to have to rely on their defense. And Therrell's defense, listen, they created a turnover earlier, and they had a big 4th down stand here a little while ago. They're hanging on by a thread, but it's still, as bad as it's been, it's a 14-point game.
Yes, and here's Martharin on the run, picking some good positive yardage. Going to set up a second or first down for the Lions. Moving the chains.
Well, that's what they wanted to do. Again, they're going to go. I would be willing to bet here on this drive they might go a little bit more back to their bread and butter, which is that run game. You know, that's obviously one of their big strengths of their team is their ability to run the football.
Their stalwart as he finds Caldwell for a quick play. Makes a nice move. And he's tackled there from Dadrian Sullivan. And I think with Hebron, you have so many guys that they can just give the ball to. Like you have Devon Caldwell, you have Hollingshed, you have Jarvis Martharin, you have Kemp on the outside, and KJ Thomas. Like they have playmakers all over the field.
They do. Where they've had success today is in the short passing game and the run game. That is where they have excelled here for the majority of this first half, which we have about 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the second quarter. That seems to be where they're making their most damage.
Here's Stalwart back to snap, and
that's
they're going to call it incomplete.
There was a chance that was going to be a live ball.
And that was intended for KJ Thomas on the play. We'll set up a 3rd down. So let's see if this Therrell defense can again maybe get another big stop.
Well, listen, I think right now you're at about a 3rd and about 3, 3rd and 4. I have no problem here on this play going back to that running game. Okay? That is where you have had a lot of success today. Let's lean on some of these guys up front here. You have your 2 big tackles here. Let's lean on either one of them and see if you can power away for a first down.
Here's Stalwart. If he's going to look quick, first read's not there. He's going to take it and slide down.
See, I don't like that play call. I don't like the play call there, which almost had a bad snap too. So that's going to set up a 4th down.
4th and short.
So it's going to be 4th and about 3. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense in there. They brought in a new quarterback. This is interesting. First time that we've seen this guy.
Gray Costello. They're going to hand to Caldwell. He makes a good juke in the hole, and he's going to have enough for the first down to keep the chains moving.
Well, that was a different look there on that play. We haven't seen that yet.
And this is the Red Zone presented by IBEW Local 613.
So that's going to set up a 1st and goal now from about the 8-yard line.
And back to your point, what you said, being well coached with this Hebron Christian Academy, it's just so many different looks they can throw at you. So it's hard to get a beat on what they're doing.
Well, one of the things that we really kind of got a chance to really understand this week, they brought in Bruce Miller on the offensive side of the ball from the coaching staff standpoint. Bruce has been a guy who's been around for a long time, made his name up there in the Gainesville, Hall County area, somebody who really knows offense. And so we're going to have another pre-snap penalty.
It's going to be offside, so we're going to set up
for Therrell.
Better field position for Hebron. And we'll see if they give it to Caldwell, who's looking for his 3rd rushing touchdown. He has 8 carries so far for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Looks like a little confusion on where they're spotting the ball, but looks like it's going to be spotted at about the 4. So they moved it back to the 4-yard line.
So first and 10, 2:55 left to go in the second quarter. Stallworth back to get it. Going to hand it Caldwell again, and he trucks the defender and runs in for an easy touchdown. His 3rd of the day. Caldwell having a great showing so far today.
Well, he looks good. I mean, again, no stranger to the end zone. Somebody they really like. He had 12 touchdowns last season. He's got now 3 today.
So nearly a third.
Correct. So I like if I'm him, I'm liking how I'm starting my season. Here at the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic. I mean, this is not a bad way to get going, and your team, not to mention, is out to a 20-0, potentially a 21-0 lead here in the first half.
Here's Kim Eblin for the PAT, and it is good. So a 21-0 lead for Hebron Christian. Doing a great job capitalizing on good field position, and they are dominating so far.
Yeah, so you're just seeing domination, from that side of the ball. I mean, really, this game could be even a lot more out of hand than it is. I mean, just like in any first game, I mean, Hebron's has made some mistakes on the offensive side of the ball, but really, folks, and I know those at home have seen this as well. I mean, they've dominated this game.
Yes, they have.
From start to finish, and Therrell's really not giving them much chance at all. Therrell hasn't given themselves any type of chance at all, really, in this game to sustain anything positive. I mean, we haven't had much. We had one play, one throw there in the early part of the second quarter, I believe, where they got the first down. That has really been the lone positive play outside of the turnover. The defense got them there, and you just haven't had a lot to build on.
No, we haven't. And remember, guys, we are live from Hebron Christian Academy, live in Dacula for the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. But to your point, I mean, just nothing positive so far. If I'm Therrell, I want to get back to Cedric Jordan. He's having a lot of positive momentum running the ball. But here's McClendon to take the return, get some nice positive yards there. It looks like it gets him out to close to the 25-yard line.
Well, let me set the table for the folks at home. Currently 2 minutes, 35 seconds left in the first half. You're probably going to hopefully see a little bit of tempo or something here from Therrell to see what they can do to eventually try to get us something going positively on the offensive side of the ball. But I'll tell you, if I'm Coach Jamison over here for Therrell, if you have any chance of getting back in this game, you got to get something going.
I 100% agree. And remember, we are doing the cheesiest fan of the game. Snap a photo, say cheese, and use Fiesta every day for a chance to be featured on television all season long. That is Gordo's Cheese. So for all the fans out there, we got a nice fan base going right now for Hebron Christian as they're dominating the game. So remember, just snap that photo and make sure to use that hashtag to be featured on TV. That is cheesiest fans of the game. Hashtag Fiesta every day. Snap a photo, say cheese for a chance to be featured on TV.
Well, we got a big, pretty good-sized student section over here for Hebron Christian. You would think, and some of them are dressed up kind of cheesy. So you would hope that one of those guys. I know when I was in high school, I was trying to get any cheese I could as far as from the Mexican variety, and Gordo's was a great place to get it from.
Nothing like that Gordo's cheese dip.
So we're having a little bit of injury over on the other side of the field with Therrell, and it looks like it's number 3.
It's Quintarian McClendon as he walks off gingerly.
Yeah, he's limping pretty good over there.
Hopefully he's okay as one of their major playmakers.
Well, that's not anything that Therrell needs right now, as they're trying to scratch and claw a bit to try to get back in the game.
And then 2 names we haven't mentioned is Salif Yebi and also Jaden Williams, 2 big-time targets as well. Very long, athletic for Therrell. Haven't been able to get the ball to them just yet.
It's first and 10 on the 25-yard line.
All right, so we're sticking with the sophomore quarterback currently still, it looks like. No? Yep. Yes. DeAndre's still in there.
Here's Bell. Pressure's coming. And it's a fumble. By Hebron Christian. That was forced by Stroud Morris. The recovery from Albert Wilhelm. And this Christian defense is continuing to exert their dominance in this game.
I mean, we didn't give ourselves a chance by any stretch of the imagination on that play to try to get anything.
And back to your point earlier about Bell, obviously a great player, great athlete, but just it comes with the game. Couldn't really feel that pressure, and when he tried to escape, boom, there was the fumble force there by Morris.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen flashes today that, you know, he's obviously got some athleticism and whatnot, but he's just young. And, you know, I don't know, and we have not gotten word up here in the booth about the original starting quarterback for Therrell. You know, he was in there, you know, really for only a couple snaps. We're talking about Bo Mourning, the senior, and I don't know if it was injury related. Unfortunately, we're not sure of the reason why he got yanked, but here pretty early, we went right over here to the young sophomore, and you know, you're getting kind of sophomore type issues going up against an elite defense in Hebron Christian.
For sure, and that was Stallworth right there. He was looking for Adrian Hollingshed, the running back, to set up a 3rd and long on the play.
So 2 minutes and 19 seconds here left in the first half. And obviously here at this point in time, Hebron's really trying to just continue to stack the scoreboard.
Yeah, you got points in your back pocket. You got a kicker that can make this, so you feel pretty good on 3rd and 10. Here's Stallworth back to look. Gets it out quick. Finds his receiver. Nice wrap-up tackle right there. That's going to be Elijah Page. Good open field tackle from him. Not to let Sion John squirt free.
Okay, so now that's going to set up about a 4th and about 9, 4th and 8. And we are going to go to bring our kicking unit on here to try to take a 24-point lead with the clock running, and we're just under 2 minutes at 1 minute and 50 seconds.
So another great job by the Therrell defense is, you know, they're trying their best to keep the Panthers in the game. They force another field goal attempt for Cam Evelyn.
He's nailed all 3 of his extra points here today. We saw him kicking in pregame warm-ups. He's got a good leg.
Here's Evelyn, and he's going to have enough and converts the field goal.
Oh, listen, he's got a good little leg on him. I mean, we saw him there during pregame. I mean, he's got a pretty big boom to him, and you know he's nailed every one of his kicks here today. So gives Hebron a 24-0 lead here with about a minute and a half left to go in the second quarter.
Yes, it does.
So you're down 24. You know, unfortunately, Therrell has not given us a whole lot of positive plays here today. But you want, I know we keep saying this, but you just want to see something kind of get going in the right direction here at some point in time. And you feel like that if they could have a little success, they might just be able to start getting something going, but they just don't have any confidence on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I think it goes back to your strips. Staying to your game plan, even though it's a 24-0 lead. You know, going back to Cedric Jordan, you know, quick reads and quick offense, getting the ball out quick, things like that, and just, you know, not getting behind the chains or the sticks. I think that's been hurting them a little bit so far.
Yeah. Well, again, as we set up here for the kickoff, let me just remind everybody a couple things, which is, you know, to me it's important here just to level set. This Therrell program, 9-2 last year, made the playoffs, averaged close to 30 points a game. They scored over 50 points twice.
Good job.
Okay, this is not a bad program. Okay, Coach Jamison has done a great job. He's in his 4th year. He's done a great job over there. Clearly, they look like to be a little bit overmatched today, but take into account also they haven't given themselves any type of chance just because of all the penalties they've had.
Exactly, and most wins since 1979 when they went 10-2. So he's doing a great job with the program. getting them in the right direction, APS school.
But I do think, and you mentioned this earlier, this is the first time they've ever been in the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. Really the first time they've played on TV. They've got a little bit of inexperience that has shown up today. And take all that into account with playing a program like Hebron. I mean, that's not a good recipe.
Definitely not. But here they're going to take up shop. 1st and 10 after 25. See if they can get any positive momentum going.
I do believe we have a quarterback change.
And they're going to give it to Bridges right here as he makes the defender miss, gets some positive yardage. He's going to set up a 2nd and short. So that's Bo Morning back in the game, as you just mentioned.
Okay, so we're going back to our starter now. So we tried the sophomore. And, again, we don't know up here, was it injury-related or was it performance-related on why we went away from him. But this guy here, Bo Morning, this is the senior quarterback, okay, from Therrell. And I'll tell you, coming into this game, we saw some good things. So, we'll see what he can do here to get this offense going.
And there was Bridges. They handed it to Sean John and Carrington Coombs combined on the stop, set up a 3rd and short. And as an update, is a mild injury for Bo Morning. So that's why you see the sophomore DeAndre Bell stepping up.
Got it. Well, listen, you like to see that. Obviously, you definitely hate to see anybody get injured, especially in the first game of the season. Not to mention your starting quarterback, but thankfully it looks like it might have been just some type of minor injury. So look, now you got your guy that has been running your offense all spring and summer. He's back in there. Hopefully he's okay. But let's see now, with a little continuity, what can they do? And they're just going to run the clock out, it looks like here. And that's what they did. So.
And as a quick update, guys, looks like Bo Morning was working out on the sideline trying to get back in this game as well. But that is going to be the half. Hebron Christian leads 24-0. 3 rushing touchdowns for Devon Caldwell as he continues to dominate on the ground. And Sasan John and Carrington Coombs have been dominating defensively for the Lions.
Well, I need Therrell to, we got to address the pre-snap penalties, here in the second half. Listen, if you're Coach Jamison over on the other side of the field for Therrell, we got to come out of the locker room and just treat this game as a 0-0 ball game. Okay, I understand you're down 24 points. A little overwhelming. We're going to see what kids, quit, what kids really, are leaders and step up and try to, catapult this program into something bigger and better, what they hope for the rest of the season. Made up here in the second half.
All right, we're going to go ahead and toss the break. Coming up next is the halftime show. Stay tuned for great marching band performances from the teams. Be back shortly. Throwing it to Rome.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
If you live in rural America and want better high-speed internet at home, say hello to the new HughesNet.
Hi! Now I can video conference with confidence.
Yes! The new HughesNet is Jupiter-powered with unlimited data and faster speeds than ever before.
Now I can stream up anything I can dream of.
Now you can do it all. Connect, stream, and play. Call today to get free professional installation and exclusive offers. Call 1-800-736-7315.
Okay, going back to 1.
This industry is my life. The Georgia film industry feeds my children, and it feeds my dreams, which are 2 very important things. The film community is a real vital ecosystem. You can make a living in it in an incredible town.
Real jobs, real impact. Support Georgia Films. Visit whygeorgia.com.
You ever seen this? You ever seen that? You ever seen the Harlem Globetrotters live on TV? Well, now's your chance. For the first time in 40 years, the Harlem Globetrotters are showing off their skills right in your living room. Don't miss a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and don't miss whatever they call that move. Ha ha! The Harlem Globetrotters, live Sunday at 7, only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV. Yeah, baby.
Even though it is halftime at Hebron Christian right now, we are getting ready for Cass and Callaway here at historic Barron Stadium here in Rome. I'm Kaylee Mansell, and it's time for a closer look at Rome High School with Athletic Director Chris Bowden, presented by Emory Health. So I do want to point out that Rome High School is nowhere near this. We're in the middle of downtown. What's the significance of playing here at Barron Stadium, and how does it tie into Rome's traditions?
Well, thank you for having me, Kaylee, first of all. You know, it's amazing. This is the 100th year we've played football in Barron Stadium. We're celebrating this year. We're going to unveil it at our first official home game. But it's amazing how the city embraces Rome High and Rome football, and we take a lot of pride in playing here. You're right in downtown. I have to put on all correspondence with ADs, hey, you're playing us, but it is not on Rome High's campus. And I'm like, oh, okay, the first time they come. So it works out pretty good, and it's just an awesome atmosphere. It is a special, special thing to play in downtown Rome.
Yeah, I was looking at the website. Not only do you have football starting, but also softball, volleyball, other sports. What's the excitement been around school knowing that fall sports are finally here?
We just finished our second full week. We started on a Friday. We had a week of school, and then we've had a second week of school, and it's just building. You can feel it building with volleyball won last night, softball won last night. You know, football season's about to kick off. You know, the kids are ready to get going on some school spirit. And so, as a school employee, that's what we live for, is getting these kids fired up. And we love Friday nights, and we usually have a packed student section, and our band brings a lot of excitement. So usually it's a big crowd, and it's a fun atmosphere, and we just love it. It's a great time at our school system when the school year starts.
I want to make sure I get this completely correct. You guys were recently honored with the National Safe Sports School Award. What does that mean, and what does that say about y'all's school?
Well, first of all, our administrators do an incredible job. They really do. I can't say enough about our principal, his assistant principals, our superintendent, and our school board, because they allow it all to happen. Everything we do, all the decisions we make, we have to, vet through them, and they're amazing on how safe the school is, how inspirational it is when we go down the halls, the kids checking in. It's a huge process. It's kind of like going to the airport and kids come through, and it just is a smooth deal. And I look at the halls and I'm like, this is an amazing school. The kids have fun. They're involved in so many activities. It's just a great place.
You could go a lot of ways with this question, so choose wisely.
Sure.
If you could say one thing about Rome High School, what would it be?
I love the diversity. We are split 3 ways, basically, and I tell people, if you go into Walmart, Kroger, Publix, if you go anywhere, this is what our world is, and that is what Rome High is. And it is special because you look at our cheerleaders, our football team, our softball team, or any of our programs, our band. It is fun, and it makes you smile as a school employee, as an administrator, to see all of us working together towards the same goals.
Well, Mr. Bowden, one of my favorite things about Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is when I get to come here and see you. There is truly no one that works harder on this day than you. This might be the only time that you stand still for the rest of the time being.
You're probably right. And by the way, I think the Manzells just wanted to stay home and work today.
I can speak for one that wanted to, wherever he's at. As always, such a pleasure to see you. Thank you for allowing us to be here for this event. And
absolutely.
I guess I got to let you get to work now.
No problem. Let's get busy.
All right, guys. We will have our coaches interview coming up right after this, so make sure to stay tuned.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JATC provides apprentices with free training and careers that are stable and essential to the operation of the modern world. Both craft jobs and management positions offer lucrative pay with benefits as well as the stability of a growing industry. Skilled journeymen in the sheet metal industry are essential to our community now and in the future. Learn more about free technical training with no student debt at our website, careersinsheetmetal.com.
Breda's better at keeping termites out.
Besides the fact that we're sending a licensed inspector to your home, we're also using state-of-the-art technology. So we put those two things together to give you the best possible termite inspection. Quite simply, Breda is better at keeping termites out. Only Breda protects your home with a complete liquid barrier from Termidor. Your rate is locked in for 10 years, so if live termites are ever found, Breda will retreat, all for free.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One's smothered with creamy chipotle ranch, and one's got avocado ranch with bacon. Chipotle, avocado, chipotle, avocado. This dieting is hard, so just get both. Woo, saucy. Zaxby.
And welcome back to our halftime show brought to you by Sports Turf. It's time for our head coaches interview presented by Inglet and Stubbs. I'm joined by Cass's Steve Gates and Callaway's Pete Wiggins. Coach Gates, I'll come to you first. You lost a really talented group of seniors last year who were with you from day one. Who's really stepped up in those leadership roles in their absence?
A couple offensive linemen, Bear McQuarter and Kell Ellis, have really stepped up. Obviously, I rely a lot on my quarterback, Brody McQuarter. Those three individuals are just juniors now, but they're big-time leaders in the weight room, in the hallways, in the classroom, and obviously on the football field. So I'd probably say Bear, Kell, and Brody have taken that leadership role.
Coach Wiggins, you're entering your 20th season this year. I know you've seen a lot of teams in the past, but what is it about this team that's different than all the rest that you've coached?
Well, very unique group. They work hard. They come to practice each day. We've got 11 seniors, which is a smaller number than we normally have, but been really proud of their work ethic and their leadership throughout the summer, and looking forward to this stage tonight. Such a big stage for us, and excited about the opportunity.
Coach Gates, you bring up quarterback Brody McQuarter, a junior D1 prospect. I can't believe that he's only a junior. So talented out there on the field, so composed. What are the biggest adjustments that you've seen him make this offseason?
As we previously mentioned, just leadership role. You know, he can spin it, he can run it, he can do a lot of things athletically, but just the way he presents himself in the community with, donating his time to special needs and those type of things. He's just all over the community, and I know coaches say this a lot, but if I had a daughter, he's the type of guy I'd want my daughter to marry. He's just a great human being. He comes to my office every day after practice, and we just talk, and not even about football. We just talk. So he's a great person.
That's a bold statement to put on the record.
Yes, it is. It is. Fortunately, I don't have a daughter.
Coach Wiggins, you've coached a lot of talented teams in the past. I mean, year after year, your teams dominate. What's the position group that's impressed you the most this summer?
This summer, I think that we lost several guys on the offensive line, and I've watched them grow this summer, and we still got a long way to go, but I'm excited about them. I'm excited about our wide receiver group. I think they've gotten better each week, and I don't want to pinpoint any one group. I feel like that, on the defensive side of the ball, we've got guys that have worked hard in the all season, and we're looking forward to the opportunity tonight against a really good football team.
Coach Wiggins, Coach Gates, this is a matchup I've been excited for all week long, so I'll let y'all go out there and get to it, guys. We will have more coming up right after the break.
Hey, does it matter if this leaks?
It don't matter to me, can't see it from my house.
Illegal use of hands and proper training.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com has 14 different highly skilled trades with tuition-free training in our certified apprenticeship programs to train you the right way. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
Are you interested in becoming a deputy or a jailer? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is hiring and looking for individuals passionate about protecting and serving their community. If you are 18 years or older, join our team by visiting gogcso.com for more information. Gwinnett County, together, we can make a difference.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by the Mechanical Trades Institute, the best kept secret everyone should know about. Sports Turf, you bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. The Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association, careersinSheetMetal.com, building a solid future. Deer Park. Visit DeerParkWater.com to nominate your team for the Deer Park Team of the Week all season long. And by the Georgia Army National Guard. Live here, serve here, work here.
And welcome to the halftime show brought to you by Sports Turf. I am joined by Rusty Mansell, you'll hear on the call in just a little bit, as well as the president of Sport Atlanta, IJ Rosenberg. Our 7:30 matchup is going to be Cass and Callaway. Cass, a team that's played in several Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classics, but this is actually the first year that Callaway will have played a team that has dominated their classification in the last decade. Why bring them in this year?
Well, actually, it was Rusty's idea. I mean, we're
I was wondering if he was going to give me that.
Yeah, it was Rusty's idea, but I like it, okay, because, you know, we love this area up here, and, you know, of course, they come from that Cartersville area, and really like the coach there, and just feel like, you know, we need to continue to add more in different teams. You know, people that are watching, all right now, Hebron Christian and Therrell, and it's not a great football game. But, you know, Therrell's never had an opportunity,
That's right.
okay, to do something like this. And, you know, their defense is playing well. Offensively, I think they're struggling a little bit. But you know what? That's okay.
Yep.
All right? Because, you know, we want to do stuff like that. We want to get kids, you know, whether in the city of Atlanta, up in northeast Georgia, wherever, South Georgia, an opportunity. And Rusty could talk a little bit more about Callaway in particular. But I'll have to give him credit because he's the one that suggested them.
Hey, that was a smart move considering y'all are both here with me. I saw that look on his face.
That's a good thing to say about your dad.
You just mentioned before we got on the call that two of these coaches are just straight out good dudes. I feel like a lot of respect for one another. It was very evident in our coaches interview. What can you say about both of these guys?
I've known both of them a long time. I've known Pete Wiggins down at Callaway ever since I was covering like Terry Godwin back in like 2011.
Yeah.
We were actually talking about a game Terry Godwin played in front of Mark Rick. He caught a touchdown pass over Isaac Nauta. I mean, we go back a long way, but Pete Wiggins is very respected. He is one of those guys you want your son to play for. And then you fast forward to Steve Gates getting a job at Cass. He has said it publicly. He said it in interviews. Everybody told him, do not take that job at Cass. It's a dead-end road. He has done nothing but turn that school around. They are a powerhouse. Some people think they're top 5 team in the state in their classification. Could be. He's done everything the right way, and both of these guys deserve to put their programs on the biggest stage. And I will say something to touch on that Therrell, where we talked about not having a great showing. IJ will remember a couple years ago, we had Carver Atlanta play in the Great Atlanta Bash, first game of the year. Yeah. They got ran out of the building. You know what? They played for the state championship that year. You know what I mean? So it's not so much that first game. It's this opportunity your kids get to spend all summer. It's a great opportunity for Callaway to showcase their program tonight. It's a great opportunity for Therrell to showcase their school to the entire country. I had people last night from Nebraska texting us. I had people from Charleston, South Carolina texting, which is great. That's what we're here for, get everybody in the world to see the sample size and know what the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is about.
Yeah, and the other thing real quickly, though, on Cass is, I mean, last year, that crowd against Rome, I mean, that's the best crowd we have. And that's sort of the shame about not having Rome, all right, play tonight in Creekside. But, I mean, Cass is going to fill the home side this year. They are.
To kind of go off what he was saying, so Wednesday night, our very first game, I believe it was the first game to take place across the entire country, and we televised it. And I think that's one thing that Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic has done so well, is give exposure to these young kids out there. Why is the exposure so important?
Well, it's like Rusty just mentioned, getting calls from Nebraska, getting calls from all over the country. Now what's happened is the platforms have gotten so big, all right, and, with our partnership with CBS, Atlanta News First in Atlanta, we're now on Zeem, which is the CBS streaming portal, so people anywhere can watch it. And what we're seeing is people, they want to see these kids play, or, they might have moved away from this area, a long time ago, and they just want to see where they went to high school play. So, I think it's definitely working. The social media, we're getting, even Rusty, who doesn't give out a lot of compliments. We got a compliment.
I know, that's right.
I will say this. If you're not following Score Atlanta, but I will tell you right now, Score Atlanta, what they have done social media, not only with Score Atlanta, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever it is, the Dave Hunter Corky Kell Classic, I mean, I've had that pulled up on my tweet deck, which that's important. If you make the tweet deck for me, that means I am watching everything. So, Score Atlanta team, congratulations, Graham, and all those guys that are doing. They've done a great job, and I expect no different tonight.
We got 4 games tomorrow at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You'll be on the call for 2 of them, I believe. What's the game that you've got circled on there? We've got some new teams coming in. These Saturday matchups are different. What's the one you're looking at?
I mean, all of them are great. I get to call 2 great games. I think just on paper, I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on Houston County coming up from Middle Georgia, coming up to play Alpharetta, a team that's loaded on defense, and the entire country's going to get a chance to watch A.J. Hill, a young man that's played twice in this stadium right here, the Georgia Elite Classic, something me and I.J. are part of. We got a chance to watch him play. He's signed a large deal with Leaf Trading Cards. I'll just say, I'm not getting you business, A.J., but he's got a huge contract, and great for him. That's what NIL is about. And you get to see this kid and a lot of good players. And then we're going to go to McEachern. I said it on TV last night. I think McEachern and North Gwinnett is going to be the game of the week. I think it's going to be the game of the week. And then it's going to be a headline of game. I'll get to do with Brandon Adams. Douglas County and Cedar Grove, I can't even imagine the amount of prospects in that game.
All right, IJ, one last thing for you.
Sure.
Every year we partner with the Peachtree Sports Network to be able to put these games on, but you're taking it a step further. Score Atlanta is going to have a daily show on the Peachtree Sports Network starting soon. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, it's going to be called the Georgia High School Sports Daily, and we're real excited about it. And it's going to start on the day after Labor Day. We'll be on from 12 to 11 every day, and it'll be very segmented. So, we'll talk about not just football, but whatever's going on. So volleyball and softball and, of course, flag football. And, we're real excited about it because, Rusty's going to be involved. We're going to have NFL Hall of Famers that have made our Georgia High School Football Hall of Fame. So we're going to surprise a lot of people. It's going to be a really good hour of high school sports. And high school news, it's not just going to be recruiting, though. We'll talk a lot about these kids. And by the way, I have to ask Rusty a question. What are they going to get for all these Corvettes and Porsches and Lamborghinis that you've gotten these kids, all right, and started them, and you know this, when they're, 10 years old? They ought to get you a Lamborghini. They ought to all pitch in and get you a Lamborghini.
Hey, I love it. I need an NIL. I need an NIL.
Nope. All right.
Trevor Lawrence, we're looking at you right here.
I'm cutting these 2 off. I would do anything to be a fly on the wall for their competition, so we got to make it come to a close. We've got more football coming up right after this. Stay tuned.
Sometimes it's the little victories that mean the most. Those everyday celebrations that bring a smile to our faces and joy to our hearts. At Ingalls, we know there's no one you'd rather share those miniature, memorable moments with than family. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
It's hot at Matthews Kia of Cartersville. So we are having a hot sales event. We have great selections of 2024 and 2025 new vehicles. Lease the 2025 Kia Carnival LX $429 for 24 months. The 2024 Kia Sportage LX $289 for 24 months. Or the 2024 Kia Telluride S just $379 for 24 months. Hurry, because prices are in your favor right now. Don't forget, Matthews Kia of Cartersville is home to the lifetime warranty. Come see us today. All roads lead to Matthews Kia of Cartersville.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. Go to netcredit.com. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
The nation's hottest sport. See what the buzz is about on Peachtree Sports Network, where the Atlanta Dream look to eclipse the Connecticut Sun. Dream Sun, Sunday at 3 on Peachtree Sports Network.
Here's to the legends of the game who paved the way for the stars of today.
Get out of his way!
Origin Sports showcases sports history that is as relevant today as it was in the past. We deliver the stars, stories, moments, and games that define the very essence of sports.
Touchdown! Hammer time!
Because when you celebrate the past, you embrace the future. Origin Sports. Run it back.
Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by the Mechanical Trades Institute, the best kept secret everyone should know about. Sports Turf, you bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. The Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association, careersinsheetmetal.com, building a solid future. Deer Park, visit deerparkwater.com to nominate your team for the Deer Park Team of the Week all season long. And by the Georgia Army National Guard. Live here, serve here, work here.
Presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. I'm Najee Wilkins along with Chris Millman. Getting ready for the second half. Kind of recap the first half. What were your thoughts and analysis on the game?
Well, let me just point out a couple things that I noticed here, and I jotted down a few notes here during the half. Obviously, we have a 24-0 game. Hebron's completely dominated the game. But here's a couple of things that really jumped out. If you want to know why the score is the way it is. Therrell has more penalty yards than they have total yards on offense. They had 9 total penalties in the first half. If you want to know why the game's 24-0, I could stop right there and just end it. Cannot win in Georgia high school football with those two things. Clearly, you're not going to win really in any football with doing that. So, like we were saying there at the end of the first half, again, Coach Jamison over at Therrell, you have got to make sure that you get your football team taking the score 0-0 right now.
And here's the Hebron Christian resume right here. Head coach Jonathan Gess, third season, really great year last year. Made the playoffs for 2 consecutive years, 6-5. Made the quarterfinals in 2019 under Georgia legend Jeff Saturday. Obviously did a great job there. And some of their notable alumni is Jeff Saturday and also Colton Gauthier as well. But a great program overall, and we're seeing it. And then here is Therrell resume. Again, this is presented by Smart Local 85. Head coach B.J. Jamison, 4th season, 9-2 last year, eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Noble alumni Mac McWhorter, Chet Grimsley, Winford Hood.
So as we get ready here for the second half, I would say, honestly, I was hoping, and I had to go back and look at my notes, I was hoping that Therrell was actually going to be able to start the second half of football, but they actually received to start the game. So, unfortunately, Hebron's going to get the ball to start, and all you can do if you're Therrell is just basically hold on tight, see if your defense can get you a stop, and then go ahead and get the ball back for your offense and see if you can get anything whatsoever going on the offensive side of the ball.
Nate Floyd kicking off, but 100% agree with you. You got to get a turnover, or you got to get a quick 3 and out, try to get the ball back to the offense, get some momentum going.
So the punting game has been a topsy-turvy affair. Let's see how the kicking game goes for Therrell.
And as the receiver was Marthrin, like we got a flag on the play. He's taken down.
Is there a flag?
By Carmelo Lofton.
I think there's a flag. Yeah, there is. I see it over there on the far side. It's going to be a hold on Hebron. Okay. So let's hope if you're Hebron, that's not indicative of how this second half is going to go. Starting the very first play with a penalty.
Holding.
You do not want to catch the
Black.
penalty
First down
disease that Therrell had that first half with 9 penalties.
No, you do not. And, you know, the good thing that they've been doing in the first half was just the up-tempo. They look very calm and poised, throwing multiple different looks at Therrell, just trying to make it difficult for them to get a beat on what they're doing. So probably going to lean on Devon Caldwell, who had a big first half, had 3 rushing touchdowns, over 55 yards rushing, had a really great half for the Lions.
Now, one of the other interesting components that came out of that first half, and this is wild. Therrell is losing 24-0, but actually had more time of possession than Hebron in that first half.
Here's Marthrin on the play. He's going to reverse field, go back all the way to the left side. He's going to try to come up the middle, and he's taken down.
I got three different flags in 3 different areas on that play. I think there's going to be multiple penalties, but it looks like we got an injury down for Therrell. So in addition to the penalties, we got some injuries. Going to be on the offense.
got blindside block. Black.
I missed the blindside block.
First down.
And we can only hope that blindside block was not on the injured player that's down on the field here now for Therrell. But
I was unable to see who it was on as well.
Well, he's down. He was down pretty good, but here he comes onto his feet, so you like to see that. Well, anytime you have a play when the runner's reversing field like that, there's always you stand for a risk of a play like that to unfold.
That's very true. And that's Shea Davis that was a little slow to get up. He's walking off the field now under his own power.
Well, look, if you're Therrell now, that really backs Hebron back pretty good deep into their own end now. So, you know, again, we talked a little bit about, you know, you mentioned let's see if they can get a 3 and out and get the ball back to their offense here to start the second half. Well, now you got these guys back. It's first down and 22 at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, so this is exactly what you want if you're Therrell. See if they can force a punt here. Got a 1st and 10.
Oh, it's 1st and 23.
And here it is. Boom! Oh, my.
Is that a fumble?
Ooh.
No, incomplete. He said his arm was going forward.
That was Ahmad Bridges on the big hit right there. 1st and 23. My goodness.
Well, again, that is exactly what you needed. Is you need some type of spark play from the defense. That's exactly the type of thing that you've been wanting to get all game long, and you just haven't been able to get it. And there they are, one of the very first plays there. And I'll tell you, Hebron was lucky that wasn't ruled a fumble.
Yes, very fortunate. And if you're Therrell, I don't think they're going to try to get a point here. I think they're going to try to force a turnover and get some points right here. Bought a little blitz right there from number 5, Josiah Peoples, in the interior against the center. See what they call on this one. Got another possible blitz coming down. They're going to get a timeout.
We got some confusion.
And Hebron's going to discuss it.
Man, I'll tell you what, for as you know, really clean that Hebron looked there in the first half, the second half isn't starting out so hot here.
No, it is not.
I mean, we've had a penalty, a near turnover, a little confusion, communication there. It looks like as far as the play call coming in and whatnot. So this timeout may not be a bad thing, just to kind of settle everybody down here a little bit. Look, I understand the game's 24-0. I understand it's hot. I understand, these guys are probably getting a little bit tired, and it's easy to lose sight of the task at hand here when you have a 24-point lead. But we still got a long ways to go here. I mean, we have 11 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the third quarter. So crazier things have happened.
Yes.
And especially in these early season matchups. So, you don't want, if I'm Coach Gess over here at Hebron, I don't want my team here to lose too much focus here. We put a pretty good showing together there in that first half. Let's see if we can kind of regain our composure a little bit and get ourselves back going. And in the first half, we leaned on our running game. The short passing game, the running game was the keys to our success. Maybe we can go ahead and get back to that a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure out something here. But like you say, got to be smart with the football because, football is a momentum game. So it only takes one bad play and the game could be completely flipped.
Listen, with the way Hebron's defense has played today, a punt here would not be the worst thing in the world.
Good point.
Okay, right now you're sitting on your defense has played lights out the whole entire first half. What you don't want to do here is you don't want to do anything to try to force anything and cause a turnover.
Good point. So it's going to be 2nd and 22 for the Lions. In the backfield is Adrian Hollingshed along with Thomas Stallworth. And he's going to take the snap. And he's looking deep for his receiver. And he got him! And he's going to return it all the way. A bomb from Thomas Stallworth to KJ Thomas for the touchdown. This is how they dialed it up. Phenomenal play for the Lions.
My goodness. Well, we got to see Stallworth's arm. He couldn't have made a better throw than what he just made there down the sideline. And then he allowed his receiver to make a little play and basically took it to the house. What a play. Wow. Just a tremendous effort.
That is the Elon commit. And as you said, the momentum is kind of building for Therrell. But then you take the timeout, you resettle your group, and you throw a bomb from 99 yards. 99-yard touchdown from Thomas Stallworth to KJ Thomas. Wow.
Well, I'll tell you, that's really the first time today that we've gotten a chance to really see Stallworth's arm.
Yes.
And, we described him earlier as a guy who really is comfortable sitting in the pocket there. And boy, when you see that arm strength that we just saw, you can see why. This kid can make all the throws. And maybe we'll see a little bit more this season as they get into the region games and that kind of thing.
And let's take one more look at the replay. Here it is right here. KJ Thomas gets behind the defender right here. Turns on the Jets, breaks the tackle, and goes all the way to the crib for the touchdown. 99 yards. Doesn't get much better than that. Good job by KJ Thomas. Elon commit. That is the replay. Great play from the Lions. Fireworks. But we're going to go ahead and toss it to break.
Thank you for watching Georgia High School Heroes presented by Ingalls. I'm Chris Bainbridge, and each week we're bringing you the best of the best ever to play Georgia High School football. This week, our journey takes us to the southeastern corner of the state, Charlton County High School in Folkston. Champ Bailey was a two-way player in the early 90s, and he dominated in all three phases of the game. He rushed for a total of 3,573 yards, had 58 rushing touchdowns, and 13 100-yard games. He also passed for 1,211 yards on 74 completions. Despite those dazzling statistics, he was best on defense. And at UGA, that's where he'd shine, earning the Bronco Nagurski Trophy as the nation's top defensive player. And he's widely regarded as one of the best cornerbacks ever to play the game in the NFL. Thank you for watching Georgia High School Heroes, presented by Ingalls.
It's hot at Matthews Kia of Cartersville, so we are having a hot sales event. We have great selections of 2024 and 2025 new vehicles. Lease the 2025 Kia Carnival LX $429 for 24 months, the 2024 Kia Sportage LX $289 for 24 months, or the 2024 Kia Telluride S just $379 for 24 months. Hurry, because prices are in your favor right now. Don't forget, Matthews Kia of Cartersville is home to the lifetime warranty. Come see us today. All roads lead to Matthews Kia of Cartersville.
I'm Judge Hatchett, and I am here to tell you that when tragedy strikes, you need our experienced law firm.
Hiring the wrong attorney can get you a lower settlement than you deserve, and that's a fact.
That's why you need the Lions of Stewart Miller Simmons trial attorneys on your case.
If you or a loved one has suffered a personal injury or wrongful death,
call us at 404 Law Firm or smstrial.com.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Georgia's Rome, where the rivers meet and the mountains begin. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Seatbelts save lives. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds you to buckle up before every trip. The Georgia Elite Classic, Georgia's largest all-star games. And by Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of Atlanta.
Welcome back to the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. So after that bomb from Thomas Stallworth to KJ Thomas, they're going to kick off back to Therrell Panthers. Again, we are live in Dacula from Hebron Christian Academy.
Well, we got a 31-0 game, and that's a touchback. So this kid from Hebron's got a big leg, Yes. Well, we're going to see if they're going to come back with the senior quarterback here for Therrell here in this second half. Obviously, he missed. We got word that we had a little bit of an injury there in the first half, which caused him to miss some time. They had to go to the sophomore. Let's see if the senior comes back out here onto the field here for the second half. Well, at this point in time, you got 11 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We got a lot of time. You got a lot of film here right now that you can put on tape here if you're Therrell. That you want to put your best foot forward no matter the score here. And we're going to see if these guys are going to try to fight their way to try to somehow, some way get back into this game.
Looks like it's going to be Cord Bailey at the quarterback spot for Therrell. They hand it off to, I believe that was Ahmad Bridges on the play. So third quarterback of this game for Therrell is in the game. Again, that is Cord Bailey for the viewing audience.
Well, they're going through the depth chart here. Probably just at this point in time looking for a little bit of a spark. And we don't know if Bo, the senior quarterback, on whether or not he's that injury's creeping up on him now, or if Coach Jamison just sees, hey, it's a 31-point game here at this point. Let's give the other guy an opportunity to get some reps here at this point in time.
There we go. It's going to set up second and long for the Panthers.
Oh my!
And it's going to have another pre-snap penalty.
Oh my!
And a false start on the Panthers.
Okay, so for the folks at home,
false start,
who are keeping track,
white.
That is now 10.
Second down.
You heard it right. 10 penalties by Therrell here at the 10-minute, 32-second mark of the third quarter.
I'll set up a second and 15 for the Panthers.
Well, and that's another thing here with the quarterback changes that they have. You're going to have quarterbacks come in.
And really got
You're going to have quarterbacks that are going to come in and have different cadences and whatnot. The offensive line hasn't had the starting offensive line probably hasn't had a lot of reps with this QB.
And nearly threw an interception. I was Stroud Morris.
It was thrown right to him.
Right to him. And look, that was near pick six if he catches it. So, but yeah, as you said, trying to work the kinks out. New quarterback, new timing for the receivers.
Well, that brings up now a 3rd and 15 from their own 15-yard line. And we're going to see them probably looks like they're going to an empty backfield, so we're going to see them air it out again. Just be smart with the football.
Here's Bailey. Takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, and multiple defenders collide from Hebron Christian. That's me, J.J. Hollingshed.
He was sacked.
Going to set up a 4th and long and another punt for the Panthers.
Well, we've seen this punt unit quite a bit today. It's been a little bit of adventure every time they've come out. I think we've had a 3-yard punt at one time, maybe a 2-yard punt at one time. We had one that was kicked from the grass that I'm still trying to digest from earlier. But here we go.
And a decent punt on this one.
Here we go.
Mothman's back to take it. Uses his speed. Makes a move inside. Makes the defender miss.
Look at the speed.
And he's going to return it all the way into the red zone.
Wow.
But we do have a flag on the play.
You hate to see that. What a great burst. What a great burst by number 7 there. Wow-wee.
Jarvis Mathurin.
Wow, he looked like there's no quitting him.
No.
The way he was running there. Unfortunately, it looks like he was assisted by a little bit of a hold there from his coverage unit.
Yeah, it's going to come back, but this looks electric in the open field.
That's the first time I think that we've seen him today be able to have that room like he had. But listen, it backs him up a little bit. They're now looks like they're going to be at the 30. Where do they spot the ball here? A little confusion among the guys in stripes here currently, trying to figure out where this ball's going to be spotted at. Again, first game for the officials too. It is the season opener. Not going to be perfect week 1.
No, definitely not. Got to work the kinks out.
Okay,
looks like they're bringing them back more.
Okay, so they were marking the penalty, was at the 20-something, and now they're going to move the ball back because of the penalty to the 36-yard line. Okay, well, I know it wouldn't probably be the most classy thing to do, but I've enjoyed watching Stallworth. You know, when he's got an opportunity to throw,
he's showing that ability.
He's showing that ability.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Stallworth takes the snap, looks to his left, surveys the field.
Wow.
And it's going to fall incomplete.
Oh, that's interesting.
Intended for St. John.
They've shown the ability, you know, definitely in the first half that they're going to lean on that run game, and that's something that they've always leaned on. But now in the second half, even with a 31-point lead, they're like, hey, we want to get some work in here for our passing game.
And they're opening it up.
Well, we're going to need, you know, these guys know they're going to need the passing game later on as they get into the region and whatnot with some of their region opponents that they have. They're going to have to score some points.
Here's Stallworth for a little bit of pressure coming. Wow. Stays composed, finds Jarvis Martha in an open field, makes the defender miss. It gets all the way down to, looks like about the 3-yard line.
Wow. Well, so, again, great run by Jarvis, okay, on that one. But a lot of credit for this play has got to go to Stallworth. He held on to the ball just enough to give Jarvis an opportunity to break open, finish his route, deliver the football, let Jarvis go make a play.
And just to let you know, we are in the IBEW Local 613 red zone. There we go. Here's Stallworth. He hands it off. A nice stop right there and a big hit. That is Josiah Peoples on the play. But we seen that earlier with Martha, obviously, on the punt return, him showing that dynamic ability. And to your point, Stallworth stepping up, throwing a nice ball over the middle of the field.
He might be a guy they want to try to figure out a way to get the ball to more because I'll tell you, he's looked good. Now, let's not, as we're down here in the red zone now, you know, Devin Caldwell, the guy who has scored 3 touchdowns today, had 12 touchdowns last season.
Yep.
I mean, he's no stranger to the end zone. But it looks like here at this point we might be giving some other of our depth players an opportunity here.
Yep, that's Adrian Hollingshed in the backfield for the Lions. 2nd and 10 here is Stallworth. He's going to look to the right, and he's going to fall incomplete.
A little grabbing and whatnot it looked like over there, but looks like the
Intended for Destin Matthews on the play. 3rd and 10.
Kept the flag in their pocket, which is good. At this point in time, 31 to nothing here. You know, hopefully the ones that are kind of close, the referees are going to hold on to those flags. I mean, we got to get up to, you know, Rome here for the second game here at some point in time this evening.
That is true. Here we go. 3rd and 10, about 8:15 left on the clock. Star Wars back to snap. A little bit of pressure from Peoples. He steps up, uses his legs, breaking tackles, and stretches out.
They're going to mark him just short.
He's like he's going to be just short of the goal line.
So that's going to set up a 4th and goal.
Another great effort there from Stallworth.
Brings up 4th and goal.
And
showing a little bit of everything.
So they're going to change the personnel groupings, and it looks like they are going to go for it. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and go for it here at this point.
And Stallworth is out, and looks like in is going to be.
Well, now remember what they did earlier.
That is
okay,
true.
they got down in a situation on a 4th down where they took Stallworth out at quarterback to move one of these other guys in.
It looks like they're going to do a direct snap to Devon Caldwell.
That's exactly what it looked like. Now, again, we have a pre-snap penalty. From first glance, it looked like it might have been on the offensive line, but I couldn't quite tell from our angle.
Refs are discussing it.
So that was a direct snap to Caldwell.
Direct snap. No quarterback in. Him and Adrian Hollingshed was in the game.
My goodness.
That's what I said with the Hebron Christian. I feel like they have so many different plays and ways they can throw different things at you. It's just hard to get a beat on what they're doing.
Well, they know the player to give it to find the end zone.
Yes.
And they said, heck, we're not gonna hand it off to Caldwell. We're just gonna have a big quarterback and have him run it in himself. Here's the call. Ooh, legal substitution.
Wow, it's gonna bring them back.
Yeah, they're going to say legal substitution on the offense. So instead of being 4th and 1 from the 1, now it'll be 4th and
illegal
6
substitution.
6, I believe, right?
Black. 4th down.
And they're going to bring on the kicking unit, or are they going to go for it? Well, they're changing the personnel.
Oh, they're going for it.
They're going for it. So
Thomas Stallworth is back.
They're going for it. They just brought in a new personnel group. And so I'm going to be willing to bet here we're going to get an opportunity to see Stallworth's arm here again. Well, they have no problem on the short passing game, that's for sure.
So here we go, guys. 4th and goal. See if Therrell can get a stop here. Back snap, he rolls to the right of Stallworth. He looks for the easy read and finds Caldwell for his 4th touchdown of the game. 3 rushing, 1 receiving. He's putting on a great performance for the Lions.
We got
another touchdown.
We got another flag. Was it an illegal pick? I think it's on the offense. Well, I mean, he was clearly wide open. So anytime that happens, you're thinking, okay, was there some type of an illegal? Let's see what the referee says.
Oh, an eligible man downfield.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Now you got to bring out the kicker.
Now they're going to bring out the kicker, who has been nothing short of impressive today.
Yes, he has.
Okay, so
Cam Elblin.
You know, look, in these season opening games, you're going to have things you're going to need to clean up, regardless if you're up 31 points. You know, there's been some things today that, you know, Coach Jonathan Gess here is going to be able to take into the week next week as they look to kind of prepare, you know, for their week 2 opponent that they can clean up. You know, they got some things that they clearly got to address going into their next week's game. Well, let's see this young man, this kicker here, if he can boot in another one.
Here's Eblin about to kick. And it is good. He is 2 for 2 in the afternoon for field goals. And he is 3 of 3 for PTs.
Oh, so smooth. What a way to start the season if you're a kicker.
So the Hebron extends their lead 34-0. And they're leading. We're going to toss at the break.
Violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, impersonating a craftsman.
Skilled trade unions are well-trained career pros, not part-timers. Construction is a rewarding and lucrative career with advancement potential, but you have to do it the right way with the right training. Learn how you can be a pro. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
What happens after you graduate? Will you go to the next level? Will people have your back in the heat of the battle? Will you still train like a champion in pursuit of greatness? You will when you become an IBEW electrician. Join our team. Visit IBEW613.org.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
The big seller was no student debt. That was a big thing for me. You work and make money while you're going to school. You learn on the job as well as in school. It's all around. You can't beat it. It's just a good feeling. It's you work with your hands. You did all that yourself, and it's paying off. And I'm not even through with school yet. You know, my career is just getting started. Looking back, it's a very incredible feeling.
Just for now, I mean, you know, I'm trying to like break out of my career so I can like sustain on my own. It's everything's so expensive. Gotcha. See, everybody tells me that. Gotcha.
Well, 34-0.
Here we go. We are back. 34-0. Again, it's Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic live from Hebron Christian Academy, presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. So 34-0, another good drive from Hebron. Got delayed a little bit with a couple penalties, but still they nursing a really good lead right now. Have been dominant all day long.
Yeah, they really have, and you know we've had an opportunity now to really see some of the superstars here on this Hebron Christian here. A lot of their superstars are really starting to come to life here, both on the offense and the defensive side of the ball. Oh boy!
And look at the onside kick. I'm pretty sure that went 10 yards. I don't see a flag, so I think they're going to keep possession.
They sure are. Oh man!
My goodness! Coach Gess is putting on a clinic.
Coach. I mean, I understand when you're up 34 points. You know, you're willing to work on some things. You want to try to work on some things while you can. But
I did not foresee that coming.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's back to your point. And here's the replay right here.
Yeah.
Great job.
I mean, listen, they
Max Steve on the recovery.
You're doing all the right things. I mean, they're playing within the rules and all that kind of stuff. Little surprised to see Coach doing that when you're up 34 points.
I think it's like you said, like they haven't been able to really throw the ball as much as maybe they wanted to today. The rushing attack has been so good. So I think just working out the kinks and probably trying to just, you know, tighten up some things before next week.
Yeah. So what we're going to see here now is we're going to see this Hebron offense again. Now, have we made a quarterback change? I can't quite tell from the.
We have not.
No, we're still sticking with the starter here at this point. So there's some things that Coach Gess still, I guess, you know, apparently is not happy with that he wants to see kind of work out.
And to that point, it was a false start, so it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Lions, another pre-snap penalty.
Yeah, so he's, you know, clearly he's not happy with a few things, and I'm watching him here over on the sideline, and you know, he's definitely, you know, been pretty animated here on what the offense is doing. You wouldn't tell by his reaction that this game is 34-0 in favor of his guys.
He's still out there coaching.
He is.
Here's the 1st and 10. Stallworth back to pass. For the easy throw. Pump face, going to get out and scramble. Here's Peoples. Going to force him out of bounds there.
Good run. Good run. I mean, again, we've mentioned this a few times today about Stallworth. He has the ability to move if he needs to. But what I like about him is he's definitely a pure pocket passer first. You know, he's somebody that's going to go through his reads, and if none of them are there, he's either going to throw it away or he's going to use his legs. And in that case, he gained probably, 10, 11 yards there, 11 yards to make a 2nd and 4 on that first down play.
Yeah, I think he sees the field well, goes his progressions, he doesn't rush his throws, knows where he's supposed to go with the football. And as you said, at heart, a true pocket passer. But don't sleep on those legs either. Here we go, 2nd and 4.
Oh, my goodness.
Have another flag.
So, Coach, here's what's happened. The penalties disease has gone from Therrell over to Hebron Christian here in the second half.
Yes.
Because now this is their...
Got to be 4th or 5th.
Fourth, I was just getting ready to say either their 4th or 5th penalty here in the first half. And that's probably part of the reason why Coach Gess is doing what he's doing here and how he's coached the second half is, guys, we're having some success at times, but we keep stubbing our toe with these dumb penalties.
Here's Kemp. They get him out in open space. He makes the move, makes the defender miss, and gets some positive yardage.
Any penalties? Let's see. That's what you're looking for after every play now. Do you see any yellow tissue?
It's going to be a first down for the Lions.
Okay, good. No flags.
No quick screen right there. Get it to one of your best playmakers. Let him get out in space.
Okay, a little substitution there on defense. Brought in some reinforcements. Here they go.
1st and 10.
Another screen just to the other side now.
Throw to Martha, and he gets out in open space, uses the speed, gets another first.
Oh my goodness. Did he step out of bounds? No, he did not. Touchdown.
I got to see the replay on that one.
It looked like from this angle that he might have stepped out of bounds.
That's
but
what I thought.
Clearly he stayed in. And look, at this point, Therrell is completely, their defense is completely out of gas. You know, they don't have a whole lot left in the tank. Hebron is clearly moving the ball at will, you know, when they want to. The only thing that's held them back is the penalties here in the second half.
Yep.
But, you know, they've reached another level. You know, Hebron has as far as being able to get this offense going.
Yes, they have.
So we'll bring in the kicker again here. Here's a shot of our fans. Even our fans, the student section is exhausted, having a 41-point lead. So 41-0. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have 6 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Yes. And as Coach said, he said that's one to watch for tonight. And I've been impressed. He hasn't gotten the ball a lot, but Jarvis Matherin, he said he's a wide receiver who can use it in multiple ways, has elite speed and big-time power. And he said he had the potential to have a big night. So it's been a little bit of Stallworth, been a lot of Devon Caldwell, and then we see Martha and what he can do in the open field and open space. And he's tough to stop.
Yeah, and you know, you go into these games and you circle some guys who, you know, either the coaches talk about or jump out to you on tape or obviously in some of the media clippings and whatnot. But I'll tell you, the one guy today that I've been extremely impressed by has been this quarterback from Hebron.
Yes.
Stallworth has really looked the part today. He's been everything that Coach Jonathan Gess talked about when we spoke to him this week, of somebody who's really got a command of this offense. You know, that they've had a couple of pre-snap penalties here in the second half, but from a confidence standpoint, he really looks like he's in full control.
And the crazy part about it, for the audience that doesn't know, he had an injury-riddled season last year. So sometimes you go up and come off that injury, you might be a little nervous for that next varsity start. Yeah. And he's looked the part all game long.
Well, he really has. And I'll be honest with you, he's somebody, as you know, really want to keep your eye on as the season progresses. I mean, this isn't going to be the last you're going to hear of Hebron Christian this fall. This is going to be a program that is going to clearly going to be in the hunt when it comes to the playoffs and potentially beyond. And Stallworth is going to be the quarterback. Is going to be really one of the biggest components of their success going forward. And he's shown us today. We have every to believe he can do that.
Yes. And a reminder for private schools like Hebron Christian, playoff format this year is Class A through 3A private. So we're getting a lot of great matchups in the playoffs.
I mean, you're going to see some battles here in that playoff format this year that we haven't seen before.
Yes.
And the competitive factor is, I think, going to be ramped up.
100%. So many great teams. Blessed Trinity, you can throw them in there. Savannah Christian, obviously Hebron Christian. I mean, I can go on and on.
Well, the reclassification stuff is obviously always a hot-button topic in Georgia high school athletics. And I understand there's pros and cons to it all, regardless of what school you're at or whatnot. But you cannot deny the fact, to your point, we're going to have some pretty good matchups in the playoffs here this year.
We'll be 2nd and 13 after the tackles for loss by Hebron Christian.
All right, so here's our young guy, QB.
For Bailey. Oh, gets it this time. That is going to be Steve for the pick six. The Hebron Christian Lions. He stared down his receiver, and Steve read it like a book and returned it all the way for the score. Or excuse me, Stroud Morris for the score. What a great play.
Man, well, the quarterback knew where he was going on that play, and I'll tell you, for those of you that have been watching, the last drive where Therrell had the ball, the quarterback tried to make the same throw, and it was incomplete, and the defender had just dropped it. Okay? Now, different defender in there, same offensive play ran, quarterback making one read, player read the whole thing the whole way.
No, same guy.
Oh, it was the same guy.
Same guy.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so he got to redeem himself.
Yes, he did.
Okay, so
Morris.
Redemption for the Morris kid. Well, good for him, because he made the right read on the play before.
Yep.
And he just flat out dropped it, and boy, he wasn't going to miss that opportunity this time. What a season opener. Now, I mean, look, it's 48-0. There's 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. As we're preparing for this game, as these coaches were preparing for this game, I'll be honest with you, I don't think that anybody saw this coming.
I know I didn't. I thought we were going to get a good one. I believed in Therrell. I think they got still a great team. And sometimes week ones are like that. We see week one blowouts, across college football, NFL, and it doesn't define your season.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Therrell, it's going to be a tough bus ride back. Tomorrow, when they're watching the film, it's going to be a painful watch. But there's, and this might be one of those things too, where I've learned. A lot of coaches over the years, if they have a performance like this, a lot of times they'll just throw the film out the window and say, hey, we're just going to start over and start fresh. We're not going to even spend time
or look at
the film and look at it. And obviously it'll be interesting to see what Therrell does as far as that's concerned. But, clearly there's been a lot more that's gone wrong today than that's gone right over there for the Atlanta Public School Therrell.
Yes, and that was McClendon on the return for the Panthers.
So 48-0, 5 minutes, 9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. For those of you at home that are still with us, thanks for staying with us. And boy, do you love you some high school football. Either that you have a family member who's playing in this game here today, but we do have another game coming on after us here today up there in Rome.
We do, and it's looking like it could be a potential delay. Like there's going to be some weather in Rome. Again, it's going to be Cass versus Callaway, a really great game. Two great coaches and two phenomenal programs.
Well, we've lucked out here in Dacula as far as the weather's concerned here this afternoon. We have not had any rain, and have had actually a little bit of cloud cover. It hasn't been too bad.
It has not. And on that carry, it's going to be Antoine Young. Got a little bit of positive yardage. Set up looks like a second down, second and long. Tyson Craig on the stop.
In the 4 yards, brings up second down and
You know, I really wouldn't be upset. And not just because we want to keep the clock moving here, but I really wouldn't be upset here if they kept running the ball. I mean,
and we talked about that, though, first half. I felt
correct.
like that was the strength. When it was handing the ball off to Cedric Jordan, it was getting positive yardage. And I felt like they kind of went away from that.
They did, and then that's when the wheels started to come off. And the quarterback started making some mistakes. They had a lot of pre-snap penalties. They're playing, you know, third and 14, third and 15.
Oh, boy.
And we got to delay a game here? Or
delay a game.
Delay a game.
Okay.
White.
So for all of you at home
Second down.
that are keeping tallies on this, I want to make sure that your tallies match mine. And that is now 11 penalties. 11 penalties for Therrell. So that is going to now, instead of being 2nd and 6, it's now going to back it up to 2nd and 11 with 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
They're going to reverse to McClendon. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to be wrestled down by a gang of defenders on the play. On the stop is Nick Wade and also Max Steve.
It's just, I feel right now Therrell's just overwhelmed. I think that they seem to be at this point just pretty deflated. There's not a lot of energy on the field, and you look onto the other side of the field now too. There's just not a whole lot of energy over there either. So I mean, they're just, unfortunately, you know, whether it's mentally, physically, maybe it's a combination of both, they're just worn down.
Yeah, you can tell. Moving a little bit slower.
So 3rd and 10. Let's see if they air it out here. Are they going to run it? Oh boy, we're going to call timeout.
Timeout by the Panthers.
Okay, well, here we go. We're gonna think about this 3rd and 10 play from the 21. So we got these 4 games tomorrow at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Oh, I'm excited.
All 4 games, premier matchups. Any game in particular that you're looking more forward to than any of them?
Get your popcorn ready. Sign me up for the McEachern North Gwinnett. I think that one is going to be the best one. It's a rivalry going between those two teams. They both want to beat each other. When I talk to both of the players and the coaches, I think when you look at it and break down the matchup from McEachern, they got Jerrion Campbell, one of the best running backs in 2026 class, along with Nayland Scott, who's a dynamic receiver. And then defensively, they got some really good pieces. And offensively, Troy Boyling, the Troy commit, is really good. And then last but not least, I think North Gwinnett, on each piece of their defense, they have somebody. Cole Funderburg, Wake Forest commit. Jake Godfrey, 2027 class, is really good. On the back end, Chandler Jordan and Malachi Whedon. I mean, just sign me up for this game. I mean, this is the one I'm most excited for. Some great players, some great coaches. I think we're going to get a really good one.
Well, you got 2 of the more premier programs in our state that are playing the first game of the season. Probably one of the biggest powerhouses in Gwinnett against one of the bigger powerhouses over in Cobb.
Yes.
And that game tomorrow is a kickoff at 4.
4, yes, sir. And it looks like we're going to have a stop on the play, a big-time sack. That's Sashawn John and also Carrison Coombs on the stop for the sack for the Lions. It's up a 4th and long and likely a punt for the Panthers. But, yes, 4 o'clock kickoff. I know a lot of people are hyped up for Douglas County versus Cedar Grove, and rightfully so. It's the nightcap. But for me,
get ready for that McEachern North Gwinnett game.
Man, I don't know who makes the schedule, but whoever did,
yeah,
you got to.
Well, listen, you can make an argument if you like football, in particular if you like high school football. You know, tomorrow you got 4 matchups that are almost as good as any.
Yes.
You know, which all are teams that could be relatively in contention, playoff spots and beyond here this upcoming season.
But let me throw a question to you. What matchup are you most excited for?
Well, you know, you stole my thunder with the North Gwinnett McEachern game, and again, some of the points that you just made. You know, you talk about 2 programs that just have a ton of depth, and there's talent on both sides of the ball for both teams, and both just have premier programs and have had premier programs in our state for a long, long time. So you're going to see both fan bases probably show up pretty good there tomorrow downtown at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
A good wave of red and blue.
Yeah, no question. No question.
We got a quarterback change. I mean, Greg Costello for the Lions as they enter in their second unit.
That's good. That's good. So this has got an opportunity. We've seen plenty from Stallworth. Again, we've talked about how much we've liked Stallworth and whatnot, but you're up 48-0 here in the season opener. This is an opportunity for Coach here, Coach Gess, to really get an opportunity to see a lot of his depth players here at the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter.
Going to get a false start, so it's going to bring them back 1st and 15 for the Lions.
False start.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where
First down.
We have a lot of the second teamers in across the board now. Offensive line. Yeah, I think majority of this offensive line here now is second team. Obviously, the quarterback is, receivers, etc.
You don't see Cannon in no more.
Yeah, so he's made wholesale changes here on this possession.
He gave that ball off to Christian Germanos.
I don't get to do anything.
On the stop for Therrell. That's going to be Xavier Page. Yeah, also Boston Carr for the Panthers.
Well, that's going to take us. We're at about 30 seconds here now. Clock's moving, ticking down. We'll probably get one more play in here before we get over to the half. But now we have an official's timeout now. I think is where we're at. Yeah, looks like we got an official's timeout. Or it must have been an injury. So 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. We got one more good quarter of football here ahead of us.
Yes, we do.
With a 48-0 game.
Yes, it's been fun. I know the score is lopsided, but been good to see this Hebron Christian program. My first time seeing them live. And I think Coach Gess is coaching up a great group, a man of faith, and he just really wants to turn these men not only to good football players, but good leaders off the field as well.
Well, as impressive as the team has been today, watching all of these guys, obviously dealing with Coach Gess and his staff, the campus out here in Dacula is absolutely stunning.
Yes.
I mean, they have a tremendous setup out here, and it's a bit of a, I'd say, smaller kind of intimate stadium, but it's beautiful. I mean, it is a absolutely gorgeous venue.
And that's going to conclude the third quarter after the run from Germanos. They lead 48-0 at the end of 3. We're going to toss to the break and be back in a few moments.
You ever seen this? You ever seen that? You ever seen the Harlem Globetrotters live on TV? Well, now's your chance. For the first time in 40 years, the Harlem Globetrotters are showing off their skills right in your living room. Don't miss a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and don't miss whatever they call that move. The Harlem Globetrotters, live Sunday at 7, only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV. Yeah, baby.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
It's hot at Matthews Kia of Cartersville, so we are having a hot sales event. We have great selections of 2024 and 2025 new vehicles. Lease the 2025 Kia Carnival LX $429 for 24 months, the 2024 Kia Sportage LX $289 for 24 months, or the 2024 Kia Telluride S just $379 for 24 months. Hurry, because prices are in your favor right now. Don't forget, Matthews Kia of Cartersville is home to the lifetime warranty. Come see us today. All roads lead to Matthews Kia of Cartersville.
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance is the largest nonprofit dedicated to ending colon and rectal cancers.
The Alliance is available and full of knowledge. Go straight there. Just get to the website.
Go to colorectalcancer.org.
back to the fourth quarter here live at Hebron Christian Academy in Dacula, Georgia for the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic presented by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. 2nd and 15 for the Hebron Christian Lions. Rick Costello is back. You can snap. And let's going to have play action right here. Therrell's going to get the pressure. Tries to escape, but multiple Therrell defenders come together to get the sack. Each will be credited with a half sack on that one. Therrell getting a little bit of pressure. That was Boston Carr and Josiah Peoples on the stop. 3rd and long for the Lions.
There looks like
fourth down, excuse me.
Well, now this actually will be fun. Okay, so 4th and long. We have a 43-yard field goal here from a kicker that has had the golden leg today.
Been perfect.
Has made all of his extra points. He's made 2 field goals. Let's see if the golden leg can get it done.
You make a 3rd. There's Elbin. And he's going to drift to the left.
Not by much. He didn't miss by much.
No, he had the leg.
He's got the leg. Listen, I'm all in on him.
Leg.
I'm still all in on him. He's shown he's got the ability.
A very solid afternoon.
And I know he's disappointed as he's walking over to the sideline, but he's had a really good showing today. And that last kick, he missed by, he hooked it just left and maybe was short by just a couple yards. So he's got a lot to build on after week 1. By no means was this a poor showing by him today. Well, we have just under 11 minutes here in the 4th quarter, and I believe we have hit the running clock of Georgia high school football with, I think, everybody is probably not all that upset about, including Therrell.
Here's Bailey. Can't get the snap, but falls under it. Near disaster right there for the Panthers, but he's able to fall on it. That is Cord Bailey.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting here. Here we are, running clock, 10 minutes or so to go in the game. 48-0. And we still have pretty much a full house over here on the Hebron Christian stands. There has not been an early exit.
Nobody has left.
And they just announced half-off food at the concessions.
Hey.
So if anybody's leaving, they're not going to their cars. They're going to the concession stands.
Certainly. Half food.
Half-off food. That ain't bad.
Can't get that.
No, can't beat that. The home opener on a Friday night?
Oh, and on the stop there, so that's going to be number 32 for the Lions. That is Bo Bennett, sophomore.
Okay, so that's going to set up a third and 16, I think is what we're looking at. 3rd and 14.
Yes.
14, 16. Close enough here at this point with the running clock. The ball in your own 14. Down 48-0.
Got a new running back as well that's in for the Panthers, Jeremy Streddy. Where they can design here. Ball protected, got a deep ball.
Oh, boy. Any flags?
And they collide. No flags on the play.
Okay.
A little bit of a surprise.
No flags at the line of scrimmage either.
In coverage was Jarius Washington for the Lions.
But listen, at this point, I mean, when you're in the running clock situation, if you're a referee, hold on to the yellow. Hold on to the yellow stuff, right? Unless it's just absolutely something blatant.
Right.
But that, here at 4th down now, they're going to bring on the punting unit again.
And back to punt will be Salif Yebi. Had an up and down afternoon.
Yeah, and he had a couple of interesting ones earlier, but he's got it together here. Oh, boy. What do we got?
Yes, he has.
They blew the play dead. And there is a yellow handkerchief on the field. And that's a
start.
Okay, so here we go. This is what we do when you get into running clock territory is you
false start.
Have fun with some things. And now
4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are up to 12 penalties on our friends from Therrell. 12. With
a lot.
you know, we'd have to go back and look at the play sheet, but I'm going to be willing to guess that at least 10, if not 11,
are pre-snap.
And maybe 12 are all pre-snap.
Yeah.
All pre-snap. They are going to end this game with more penalty yards than total yards with the way things are going.
100%.
Oy.
Tough afternoon. Couldn't get the ball to Contori and McClendon. Couldn't get it really to Ahmad Bridges. Didn't see a lot of Cedric Jordan after kind of having some really good carries earlier.
That's right. That's right. Well, there we go. Clock is moving. Here's the punt. They got it off.
A decent one, too.
Yeah, it was. It might have been his best punt of the day.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
And back to receive it. Slipped down on that one. That was Robbie Dunn for the Lions.
Guess what, Najee? We got another flag.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we got a flag. Running into the kicker.
Roughing the kicker.
Okay. Well, our officials today, I think there's a chance that we might have seen every type of penalty called in this game.
I would hold you to that.
The only one I don't think we've seen is a roughing the passer.
Yes, we have not seen that today.
Okay, but I know I think we have seen the kitchen sink.
Yes.
And when it comes to penalties, we are going through all of the hand gestures.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
Even now have roughing the kicker.
First down.
So
that's going to set up a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, so we are going through the Rolodex of official calls here today. And the officials are definitely using this as a tune-up for the rest of the regular season.
Just getting started. Again, it's week 1 of Georgia high school football. These are the officials by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Gregory Everett, field judge. Steve Turner is the back judge.
Listen, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but hug your officials.
Yes, Michael Johnson.
I mean, these guys.
Larry Mean, the umpire. Paul Pipkin, head line judge. Leslie Pickett, line judge. And then Latif Munir is the side judge.
Yeah, I mean, these guys and ladies, they need all the support that we can get. The officiating profession right now is hurting nationwide.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and it is a real problem that is going to face youth and high school athletics if we don't somehow start getting a handle on it. Start taking care of the officials that we have now, uplift them, support them. But we also need to start introducing a new generation into officiating, and that's what the young people, to get more and more folks into officiating.
I agree. I think I seen, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, I think I seen something with the Falcons that did a grant.
They did.
Yeah,
a scholarship.
Yes.
To try to, basically give folks who are looking to get involved into officiating the opportunity to get into it at no cost to them. We need more of that. And unfortunately, we're in a situation here, not only in Georgia, but in other areas of the country, where games are having a hard time being scheduled and played because there's a lack of officials. So I know it's unfortunately something right now that not a lot of people are talking about. But folks at home, all of us, we've got to do what we can for those of us that love, high school athletics, youth sports, and whatnot. We all got to do our part to see what we can to kind of help change this crisis that's sitting in front of us here in youth and high school sports.
It's going to be a 3rd and 6 after the play for the Panthers.
So for those of you at home, just under 6 minutes to go left in the game. Clock is running at 3rd and 6.
Corey Bailey can maybe get in the rhythm here. He's back to snap, looking deep. He's going to throw it, looking for McClendon.
Oh, boy.
And the flag on the play.
Another penalty.
That's going to be pass interference, so positive for the Panthers as they're looking for their star, Quintoria McClendon.
Well, the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the ball. I mean, he locked in on his receiver there, trying to hit something downfield, trying to hit a big play of some sort, and got one in there. And luckily for Therrell, referee called a penalty. Which, did they pick up the penalty? Now they're not. Oh, no, they did not. Here we go. So that's going to be a first down. And Therrell's going to have possession at about the 38, their own 38-yard line.
Black. First down.
Pass interference on Hebron. So they're going to set up shop at the. So it's going to be the 42, actually, is what it's looking like, right? 43? Yep. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Right, 42.
Yeah. So, all right, so they took a shot downfield there. Here we go.
Good play
boy.
right there. Bailey makes
the
boy. Person miss. Got some positive yardage there.
He did. It wasn't looking good there from the start. He looked at his read, and then he had somebody in his face, and he just tried to do what he can to get something positive out of it. He sure did.
That was Bo Bennett on the stop for the Lions.
All right. There you go. I got a couple guys out there looking now that kind of limping around a little bit, in particular on Therrell. Guys are just trying to fight through it here at this point in the game.
Yeah, here's Bailey back to snap. Looks first read pump fakes, gets to the right. He's going to keep it. Get some more pretty good yardage.
No late hit. That was a little close. Got to give him a first down.
So Chris, if you were Therrell in this one, right? Probably last drive of the game, likely. What are some takeaways maybe you can do going into the next game, or do you completely just eradicate the film?
Well, at this point in time, I think that they've got to make a decision of what they're going to do with the quarterback spot, for one. Okay, so you had a guy that had injury there, the starter there at the beginning of the game. Then you went to the sophomore. Now we got this guy in there who's kind of shown a couple flashes here and there. What are you going to do going into next week offensively at the QB spot, which is the most important position in football? Oh boy, we got guys running. But the offensive execution today has just not been there. And is that because the quarterback's been kind of different quarterbacks been shuffling in and out? That's been part of it. The good thing is here for Coach B.J. Jamison over at Therrell, majority of this stuff today is correctable things. Okay? Many of these miscues and unfortunate decisions that they've been making with the penalties and all this, that, and the other, these are stuff with a little bit of intentionality, and addressing it this week and in the weeks to come, you feel like you can kind of flip the script on some of these mistakes that they've been making.
It's going to be a fourth down. Here's Billy back to snap. He has a little bit of room. Going to throw, and it sails incomplete, intended for Victoria McClendon.
Pretty much. So that's going to be a turnover on downs with 3 minutes and just about 3 minutes to go here in the game. Again, clock is moving, so there's about 3 minutes left. The folks at home who are rooting for Hebron Christian will be happy to know that the faithful is still staying.
Looks like we're going to toss it to break. Have a TV timeout here.
Basic combat training is a 10-week experience that will challenge you both physically and mentally. Each phase of your training will introduce you to new soldier skills, building and advancing them along the way. You and your fellow soldiers will work as a team to accomplish each mission, overcome each obstacle, and earn the right to wear the black beret of an Army National Guard soldier.
We saw some squirrels were trying to get into the attic. I hear those squirrels still scampering through because I didn't go through those services initially.
Our job is to go up there and figure out where they're getting in and trap and remove and get those unwanted guests out. But then the next big step is not just seal the entry point where the critter got in, but seal the entire roof line. The most common mistake is only sealing the entry point you see.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Careers in the sheet metal industry are not only lucrative and rewarding, but also highly technical. Our industry includes the use of AutoCAD, BIM, robotics, and virtual reality. Apprentices acquire skills that are in high demand and are essential to the development of the modern world. These technical skills will establish your career now and for decades into the future. Learn more about opportunities in the sheet metal industry today by visiting our website at careersinsheetmetal.com.
Planting season is here, and it's time to give your yard the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Why Personal Touch? Courteous service, attention to detail, and a desire to give you the best lawn in your neighborhood.
They have the knowledge and skills to do anything that I would need.
Call now for a 25% discount on design and consultation services.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238, or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Personal Touch Lawn Care. The smallest details make the biggest difference. Gordo's, Fiesta every day. The Rome Floyd Chamber, opportunity awaits. Zaxby's famous fingers and sauces. And by Georgia High School Sports Daily. Live at noon Monday through Friday after Labor Day on the Peachtree Sports Network and the Atlanta News First app.
All right, welcome back. Here we go, the replay. It's the KJ Thomas earlier in the game as he broke the tackle right here and returned it 98 yards. This is the IBEW Local 613 electrifying play of the game. What a bomb by Thomas Stallworth.
Might be the electrifying play of the week, to be honest with you, the way that was. That was
definitely got to be top 10, right?
It's got to be. I mean, the throw, the catch, the run, that had the whole package.
Yes, the breaking tackle, and we got to see what Stallworth can do when he has time, and he just threw an absolute dot.
Yeah, and that was the play that really, broke the back for Therrell.
Yes, because that was third and long.
It was.
The first possession of the second half.
And you felt like, hey, if Therrell could get a stop there at that point in the game, just maybe,
they could make it interesting.
They could make it interesting.
Yes.
And that was the part where the wheels officially came off.
Yes.
So let's reset here. Ball's at the 48, just under 3 minutes to go.
1st and 10 for Hebron. Della's going to hand it off. Nice carry right there as he carries defenders. He's going to get it up to, it's like a 2nd and 3. That was number 31 on the carry, J.J. Stowers.
Good little run.
That's a good run.
That was.
Kept the feet churning.
That's what he's looking. Some of these young guys are looking at this as like their opportunity.
Yes.
This is a chance for them to try to earn some additional reps with the first team.
And as a point, they have 19 seniors this year for the Lions.
Yeah, and I mean there's a lot of football left, and there's a ball on the turf right there. That's going to be a fumble, and I believe Therrell got it. There's a definite fumble.
Official ruling.
And no, they actually got it back.
They were able to fall back on it.
They did. Yeah, no, kind of to my point there a minute ago. If you're running on the second or third team and you're trying to get some additional reps, I mean, obviously practice is, most of the time where you're going to earn those. But if you've got an opportunity here to really show up here in a game situation, this is your chance. So we got a long season still ahead of us here. It is
just getting started.
It is mid-August.
Yes, and on the carry, a nice run there. He stopped as Nick Hall.
So that's going to be. They got the first down. Yeah, they did on the 4th down. They got the first down.
And that's Adam So on the stop.
So that's a minute 20 left to go in the game. Clock is running. So we're getting near the end of our first game of the doubleheader of today's Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic.
Yep, it looks like they have Jordan Green as the quarterback for the Lions. So going third string here.
Wow. Okay,
Yes.
so we're really giving everybody an opportunity here now to.
Yes.
Oh, this is a chance again, like I was saying, them to, get their feet wet a little bit here on some regular season action.
They're going to give it back to Hall, and he stopped on the play.
And that
is Alonzo Hunt on the stop.
And I think there's a chance that could be our last play of the game.
I don't see them snapping another ball.
I mean, if they do, they're really trying to get. They're going to run another play. They're really trying to get these reps in. So, folks, I believe this is going to be your last play of the game, unless something unforeseen happens here.
Yes. And they give it back to Hall. On the stop, looks like that was So again. to get some playing time for the Panthers. But that is the last play. That is going to conclude the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic, presented by Jordan Construction Careers from Hebron Christian Academy in Dacula. The Lions win 48-0, a dominant effort all around. The defense was flying around the ball. You've seen the physicality all game long. You see offensively, Thomas Stallworth looked really good. Devon Caldwell had 3 rushing touchdowns. What is your quick thoughts on the game?
Well, I think the biggest thing, I was much more impressed with Hebron than I thought I was going to be here today. Not that I knew they had a great program. I knew they had some athletes, but they looked really good. Yes. And in particular, Stallworth, the quarterback, looked like really he could be a major factor here in this region as we go into the fall. So really impressed with them. Therrell got to clean up the penalties, get the penalties under control. Clearly you might have an opportunity to make some headway and erase this one from the memory bank as you go into the rest of the season here. But they got some things they got to clean up.
Yeah, and then figure out the quarterback situation.
Yeah, I mean, today they were just trotting guys in and out, some due to injury, some due to performance, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
We'll have to talk to Coach Jamison to find out the whole full story of kind of what the thinking was there on the quarterback side. But they got a lot of things that they're going to have to really hone in on this week. But a lot of them are correctable.
Yes.
That they could really get cleaned up to get ready for the rest of the regular season.
And then quick shout out to Jarvis Matherin. He looked really good tonight as well when he had his chances to get the ball in his hands. Also got to go Garrett Kemp. He's able to get in open space. He made some big plays. Carrington Coombs, Georgia Tech commit. Keyshawn John, obviously Virginia commit. And then KJ Thomas is another one that no one talks about a lot. Elon commit. He looked really good today, both sides of the ball. Big hits, PBUs, catching the ball. He had obviously our electrifying play presented by IBEW's Local 613. So a really good game overall for you.
Look, yeah. Listen, very well coached team. That was another thing that really jumped out today. You sometimes, you go see all these different programs around the state and whatnot, and the programs that are really well coached really stand out to you. Certainly. And you can tell there is a reason why Coach Gess has had a great deal of success here in this state. He's won a lot of games. He's won a lot of state championships.
6. Which
clearly is potentially could be in the works here for this year, that they could be a contender.
It looks really good. And before we leave, what's your thoughts on the upcoming game tonight? If you guys don't know, we do have a doubleheader. We have one in Rome, Cass versus Callaway. What's your thoughts on that game overall?
Well, you're talking about 2 programs. The game's taking place up there in the northwest part of the state, and a lot of people sometimes forget about the good football that happens up there, and sometimes they get a little bit overlooked compared to obviously some of the games and schools and whatnot that are kind of